Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Happy Juneteenth. Hopefully, you're having a great day. I am here with Jesse Parker. How you doing, Jesse?
Hello, Andrew. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic.
That's great to hear.
Just got back from Madison, Wisconsin, where I spent the weekend testing with Riley Hulbert, one of our good friends, and preparing for NAIC. So, hot off a weekend full of Pokemon cards, and I'm ready to dive into a week full of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I'm ready for sure. I did a little testing myself. I don't think as much as you did, but I did do a little bit of testing. Hung out with my brother for a little bit yesterday, so it was a pretty chill weekend for me. But yeah, I'm gearing up for NAIC. It feels like there's still a lot I need to figure out. But starting to get there, starting to figure out kind of like the 4 or 5 decks that I might be considering playing. But honestly, anything's on the table at this point.
You won Full Grips League last week, right?
Oh yeah. So well,
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, sometimes I don't go to League as much as I used to, but I still try to go like once every like 2 or 3 weeks. And I went last week. It was their first Paldea Evolved Illegal league, so I was like, I'll go, try to play the new cards because excited about the new format. Just played Fusion Mew with the Ice Skew and the Meloetta, and I was able to win, so that was cool. 4-0-1. My tie was actually absolutely unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe that game actually didn't conclude. It was like the perfect series of events that led to that tie. I won't get into it, but it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I really missed. Like, I needed the bottom 3 cards not to be the bottom 3 cards. Like, any of those 3 cards, if I had drew one of them, then I could have used my V-Star power for the other card, the 2-card combo I needed to win. Anyways, it was crazy, but I was able to win the last round, so I was able to win. That was cool. Fusion Mew felt really good. I think my matchups were like, I beat 2 back out of the 5 rounds. I beat 2 Baxcalibur, Chen Pao, and then I played 3 Gardevoir, which is what I was expecting. A lot of people play Gardevoir, and the Fusion Mew does pretty good against Gardevoir with the Ice Cube to snipe things, and you just like a really aggressive deck. You also have like the hand disruption in the path. So yeah, I played Full Grip. It was pretty good. Also, since you guys last saw me, I was able to get my Worlds invite at Milwaukee, so that was really exciting. So I'm happy about that. I needed exactly top 64 because I had my 6 regional placements. It was a bunch of like 30, 40 pointers, top 256s, 128s, a couple top 64s. So I needed a top 64 to get 50 points to better one of my 30 pointers because I won a League Cup the weekend before that to bring me up to 330. And then the top 64 overriding the top 256 is a 20 net plus 20. So that got me exactly at 250. So nice, clean 250. I'm very happy about that.
250 or 350?
Or 350, sorry.
Yes, 350.
Yeah,
Yeah.
350, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I was really happy about that. So, yeah, it's been going pretty good for me.
And you're actually going to go?
I actually going, yeah. So I was telling all my friends and everybody that I was playing for my Worlds invite, but I wasn't really fully committing to going to Japan just for financial reasons. It's very expensive, obviously. But when I talked to my brother, I remembered that he actually has been really wanting to go to Japan for a long time. He's been trying to get me to go for like the past 3-4 years. And then I mentioned it to him, and I was like, "You wouldn't still want to go, would you?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, we should do it." I'm like, "All right." So we committed to it. I booked my flight, and we're gonna make it work financially, as I really want to go.
Selling some video games.
It's sad, but I'm selling a lot of my old video games to help pay for it because I have a pretty large video game collection. So liquidating some of that, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But yeah. So I'm really excited. Still some things I got to do, obviously, to plan for the trip. But yeah, I'm committed. I'm going. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be hopefully a good time. Yeah,
for sure. It's gonna be amazing. They just released some news of various events that they're going to have, stuff they're going to have in Yokohama. There's going to be a cruise ship, like something like that.
Cruise ship, a bunch of like these like crazy shows with like the people in the big Pikachu costumes,
I'm thrilled.
I want to see that live for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like a huge like celebration of Pokemon. So like even more so than previous Worlds, because they don't from what I've seen, the previous Worlds, they don't do a lot of like outside of the actual venue. I know London had a couple things outside. They had like a park you could go to, but this is like crazy. There's like 3 or 4 different shows. There's like an orchestra thing that I really want to go to. That sounds sick because I love like orchestrated music, like video game music. So I think that sounds awesome, and it's also going to be streamed for free live on YouTube, I believe, is what they said.
Sick.
So you can just watch it from home easily. So that's probably the best way to do it, honestly. But I would love to go live. That'd be sick. So yeah, really excited. It hasn't really fully sunk in yet that I'm going to Japan. I don't know, but it's gonna be. Hopefully it's like an unforgettable trip.
I'm sure it will be.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the best part about playing Pokemon, honestly, is getting to have these different experiences. It's kind of an excuse to get out and travel and do things that you might not do otherwise.
Oh yeah. If it weren't for playing this game, like, and having to like go to actual, like, not just playing online, like there's a lot of places I don't think I would have ever gone. So that's super cool. Yeah, I'm excited to just play in a different country. That's going to be a lot of fun, because Worlds 2022 was kind of a disaster for me because I got pretty sick towards the end of the trip, and it kind of almost ruined the experience for me personally.
Yeah.
I also didn't do good at all in the main event, so that didn't help either.
Yeah, Riley got COVID.
Yeah, Riley got COVID.
Riley straight up got COVID.
Like more than half of the group, there was like 8 people amongst our like little group or whatever, and there was 8, and at least half of those people got sick, whether it was COVID or like digestive issues.
Yeah.
And I kind of had like a mix of the two. Like
Yeah.
I got tested for COVID. It was negative,
Right.
but I don't know. I feel like it was like a false positive because, man, I had like all the signs of COVID.
False negative.
I was just like in my
that.
hotel room, just like, yeah, it was bad. It was rough. But so that
this year is going to be great.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do everything possible. I don't think I took like enough precautions when I was going. I kind of just like winged it. So I think I'm going to be really trying to like leading up to the trip, trying to like, drink some emergency, all the things you need to do to.
Natalie and I are going to like kind of isolate for like the week or 2 leading up.
I'll wear a mask on the plane because I didn't do that
Yeah.
going to London. So maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe I caught something on the plane.
The plane's
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's a long plane ride apparently. So
It's like 12 hours.
yeah.
something.
That does
we're
not
gonna
sound
be
fun.
up there in the plane for a while. But yeah, I'm thinking like kind of isolate for the week or 2 leading up.
Yeah,
that's what
probably
Natalie
a good
did.
idea.
Natalie and I did that before our wedding too, because it was like, all right, this is like going to be the biggest day of our lives. Let's not get sick.
Yeah, and that sounds like a smart move for sure.
Yeah, let's make sure that we're feeling our best on such a big day. And same thing with Japan. It's like you don't want to. You don't want to, be at risk of having a bad time. As we saw, a lot of our friends had a bad time.
Yeah, it was rough. Honestly, it was we were calling it like the cursed worlds because it really felt cursed. Honestly, we had a broken deck though. I mean, JW went on a pretty big tear, and the list that we all figured out and played was only 3 cards off the winning deck. So like. We made the right choice, clearly.
You
so
did.
like we had like one less boss, like one less like I think the guy played Illuminion. I don't think we played Luminion. So it was like a couple things off to it being like so we had we
right
were
there.
We were right there.
We were right there with the Decidueye,
Decidueye,
Arceus,
Pikachu, Flying Pikachu. It really felt right. But yeah, just it doesn't matter. Sometimes the cards just don't fall your way, or you misplay, which is pretty much what I did. So.
Now, this year, this is going to be our format for the North American International Championships, which is poised to be the largest North American tournament ever.
Oh yeah,
easily. This, EUIC was the largest Western tournament up until this point, I think, and I think the NAIC is poised to top that.
And this is Worlds format too.
Yes, and this is also going to be the World Championship format. So
I thought we were getting the 151 before Worlds, but I guess we're not getting it until September. So I thought it was gonna be like Pokemon Go. We were gonna get it like in the summer.
I think we're actually getting the Charizard set before.
No.
151. We're not?
No.
Oh.
Charizard set comes out the weekend of Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
And then
this is how they always do it. Like they always have a major set come out like the week of Worlds, because before they made it so it was like it was legal that of Worlds. So Worlds was like its own format because it would include the new set and also not rotate. So you would have this like its own unique meta, because then rotation would happen. This is why a lot of people, you'd have a group of people that were testing for Worlds, and you'd have a group of people testing for post rotation.
Wait, okay, so if 151 comes out before the Charizard set, what's that set
It comes
called?
out after the Charizard set. It
That's
comes
what I
out in
was saying.
September.
Yeah, it comes out after. So the Charizard set comes out first.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said it comes out. I thought you said it was coming out before Worlds.
Oh, no, just before the 151 set.
Oh, I thought you said before Worlds. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, the Charizard set is going to be Obsidian Flames. I cannot remember that set name for the life of me, but it's kind of sick, honestly.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
Also, what's cool, I don't know if you realized, but like the last like 3 or 4 sets that have come out like that in that time frame have all been sets focused on Charizard and all had something to do with fire. So I don't know what it is that their obsession.
Darkness Ablaze.
Burning Shadows. Darkness Ablaze, and now Obsidian Flames. Like, I don't know.
It's just kind of sick, you know?
Yeah, it's like they have a formula.
Formioli. And we are, of course, still running our Pride fundraiser for the Trevor Project. As you can see at the top of chat, our goal is to raise $10,000 by this upcoming Sunday. We're doing a charity tabletop stream, which, by the way, Jesse, if you're available and want to be a part of that,
I heard about that. I was going to ask you about that, then I forgot.
Yeah.
So it's happening. Oh, here we go. Sunday, June 25th.
There you go. Yeah. So it's going to be like I'm having kind of a rotating cast of people come through. It's going to be like everybody's going to do like a best of 3 or a 2-hour slot, and then kind of just So that's going to be the structure. If you want to, we could talk about that off stream.
Yeah, sure. I mean, on Sundays I'm usually free because I don't work on Sundays. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably be down to come for a couple games.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So very excited about that. That's happening this Sunday, and we are still doing our fundraising drive for that all week. So very amped about that.
This Sunday?
This Sunday.
Is this Sunday's June 25th?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, today's Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, duh. Wow. I don't know. It does not feel like June 19th to me.
You've got 2 weeks until NAIC, basically.
Holy moly, that's coming up quick.
Less even. It's like it's not this Friday; it's the Friday after.
I can't believe it, man. Time flies. Oof.
For sure. So let's see. Obsidian Flames pre-release is July 28th. Is the same day of Japan's Ruler of the Black Flames. Yo, what? Is that true? Wait.
Huh?
So we have our pre-release on the same day that
July 28th. Okay.
That's kind of crazy.
Oh, that is interesting.
I don't know. Have we ever done that?
Dang, I'm really bad with dates.
Are things starting to line up? Get closer?
No shot. That's never happening.
Are we getting closer?
I remember like the 4 or 5 PokeBeach articles of like the theory I'd like, we're lining up, and it was sound reasoning, but it never actually happened. I wish it did, because then we wouldn't have been like 4 months of like Silver Tempest format. Yeah, that sucked. But.
Anybody pull the One Ring this last weekend?
Yeah, anybody?
Yeah, open any Magic the Gathering collector boosters. Get your get your $1 million card or whatever.
That's so crazy. I heard about that a couple weeks ago. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently.
Yeah, some fakers. I saw it on Twitter, but that definitely was fake, right?
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
Well, one of my friends who works at a card store, not like over in Avon, he was saying that they have that Lord of the Rings set. They have scheduled releases for like later in the year. So like, why would they put the One Ring in one of these initial boxes? Because if someone pulls it, won't that make people not want to open it as much? Like, right? So like they should. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to. I know. I think it's a scam. I don't think there's actually a ring out there. I think. Oh, it's like no. It's not actually in a box. They're
gonna plant it somewhere. Yeah. Just like the McMillions documentary. Did you see that?
No.
You gotta watch it. It's it's on Netflix.
Oh, is that about the Monopoly thing?
Yes.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. It was all that
sounds interesting.
A huge ploy. Like, I mean, it was basically a scam, because the advertising agency in charge of the Monopoly program, one of the guys that was involved was like stealing the winning pieces and then like selling them to various friends and family members and acquaintances, basically being like, here's $1 million winning ticket. You are going to redeem this and give me 500,000,
Whoa.
And that's like basically what he was doing. Yeah. So like, it's hard to believe that a thing like this could go off, because the way it got messed up is because like,
it seems like
it's like, cause the things need to be like the winning pieces, the winning card needs to be like put somewhere. Right. So like it needs to be, and because like the card exists, like we've seen promos of it, like it's a physical card that exists already. It's going to need to be put somewhere and planted into a pack so people know where it's going. There are some people who know where it's going. You can't just like let it randomly go out into the world through the factory. You see what happens with the Pokemon cards in the factory.
Well,
People steal them.
I could see Well, I could see this being like a real thing for sure. But like, why would they put it in like, I don't think there's any chance of it being opened in this initial release, because if they have more product scheduled for release later in the year, why wouldn't they not just put it in that product? Because then that would, if someone still hasn't pulled it, that's gonna get people more hyped, because it's like, oh,
well, that's the thing about businesses. So like, nobody wants, if you pull the One Ring, businesses do not want anybody to announce that they have pulled the One Ring, because then it decreases the value of the collector boosters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody wants you,
That
like,
makes
you
sense.
got to keep it secret. It's like winning a lottery. Like, you don't want people to know you won the lottery.
Not.
Yeah, because then then it gets annoying, right?
Azul was talking about the other day, like the moral dilemma of like, if someone was doing a break for that, like the breaks that people open packs for other people.
Oh my gosh.
Like that would be like a moral thing where like, do you think they would actually, because you could just, disappear and be like, I mean, you could retire on $2 million. Are you actually going to send that card back to the person? I mean, obviously that's the right thing to do, but like, he got into a whole discussion about it yesterday. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, that's fascinating. Also, because Azul will do anything to not play the Pokemon trading card game live.
That is hilarious. I love that. That's so sick.
Yeah, I saw that he tried to like get on and stream one game, and
is that what happened? I turned it off after
his first game froze or something. And he's
I got to go back and watch the VOD. That
Pokemon TCG Live is so embarrassing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it honestly, like, I enjoy just chatting, even if it's just about like random card things. I think that's fun. I mean, it sounds more fun than playing the Pokemon trading card game live, honestly. And there's so much to talk about. So it's it's sad that that's where we're at, but
it also is like kind of pressuring content creators to get more creative and kind of figure other things out. So I think like that's
like
fine.
this.
Like this. And honestly, this content, I prefer this content so much. So.
I mean, even just this first like half hour we've been live, we've just been talking about cards, So
there's so much to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I love it. So anyways.
I guess we should probably play some
cards. let's play some games. I definitely feel like Gardevoir is the deck to beat. Going into NAIC.
Like that and Mew.
I feel like the top decks are Gardevoir, Lost Box, Mew. Those are like...
Chin Pow.
See, that was a joke, because really, this deck is cope. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but yeah.
It's cool, though.
It's cool, but that deck is definitely cope, for sure.
Why do I get the feeling it's going to top 8 NAIC?
Yeah. It could... No, I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down. This deck will definitely 1,000.
Well, see, like Miraidon kind of makes sense, because I feel like that's a deck where you could just run someone off the table.
Yeah.
I don't think you could run someone off the table with Chin Pow. You know what I mean?
You'd have to draw like
You have
Hercules.
to draw well and hit like your good matchups, which are like, not Gardevoir.
Or, yeah. And I think Gardevoir is going to be... I think Gardevoir could be upwards of like 30% of NAIC meta.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Honestly.
Of course.
Yeah. I think that deck is just that deck right now, and it has been absolutely nothing short of spectacular in my testing so far.
Yeah, it's got everything going for it. I mean, it's a fun deck to play. It's still like pretty new to a lot of players, because it only came out like a couple of months ago. So it's got that going for it too. It plays different than any other deck. It's pretty consistent. It can one-shot anything. I mean, it's got everything you could want in a deck. Like, I think the one downside, I guess, is like your early game setup is not always the best, and some decks like Mew can take advantage of that. But other than that, yeah, that deck's got everything going for it for sure.
Now, I know you've had quite a bit of practice with Mew. You also got a Lugia list.
Yeah, I like Mew and Lugia are like have been like my two decks, because they're just like very straightforward, fast, powerful. So yeah, I'm down. I also have Arceus Giratina that I think this deck's also like I still think pretty good. Gardevoir matchup, maybe not the best, but Judge Path is still really good. So I'm down to play any of these three.
And I like these three decks.
You like those three?
And maybe
anybody want this deck?
If we're really feeling spicy, maybe we'll get into a little Chien-Pao later. But if I'm being completely honest, that deck is just not putting up numbers versus Gardevoir, which honestly, it's like if you want to compete at NAIC, my prediction is that Gardevoir will be a third of the room. So you have to put
Yeah.
up numbers versus it.
And it's like, I don't think it's like as far and above the other decks as Lugia was in like the last, in, you know, pre-rotation, how Lugia was like a 30% meta share, like consistently. And that's because the deck was just a tier 0 deck. Like, I don't think Gardevoir is at that level personally, but it still is definitely one of the best decks and could be considered the BDIF. But yeah, I'm down. I actually want to try Lugia because I'm doing some interesting things in this particular list. And I think that it might give me a little better shot against Gardevoir. So maybe we can do Lugia versus Gardevoir.
I like that. Yeah, we'll get right in.
So this Lugia list, let me make sure I don't have any proxies in here. Oh yeah, I gotta take the jet energy out.
Do you have a jet energy?
I do. I just only have 4, and 3 of them are in my Giratina Lost Zone deck, and then this deck plays 2. So I just gotta slot one out of here real quick.
Yeah, a lot of Gardy lists are not running any switch cards right now, but are you going to try and, place your bets on your opponent? On your opponent putting down, a card like Manaphy or a card like Radiant Greninja. It's like that might work once in a best of 3, but it won't work twice.
Yeah, and I don't know. I wouldn't expect, especially as you start like playing against like the better players, like I wouldn't expect people not to be playing Penny or a way to switch their Pokemon, because I think people will be accounting for that for sure. They're gonna be like, oh,
I don't think that people are gonna make the same mistakes. I mean, even if you look at Tord's list, like Tord's list had a Penny, right?
Yeah.
So Tord's list from EUIC, you kind of realize that, okay, this is the weak spot in the list. You got to run, away to get out of that, because there's going to be some people who are trying to cheese their way,
You could probably still, though, like, I'm sure there will be a large portion of people playing Gardevoir that choose not to play a card that can switch their Greninja.
Oh, 100%.
Like, for sure. So you could take advantage of those people for sure. And Penny will naturally see less play just because Lost Box I don't think will be as dominant as it was. At least the versions that we're playing, like the Mawile or whatever. I mean, I guess theoretically any deck can play Mawile, like really, but I think with Lost Box not being like as good, I think that'll make people not want to Penny, because I think that's a large reason why a lot of people played it, was like to help against Lost Box, but it also can just get rid of your Luminion or your Zacian when you don't need it anymore. So it's just a really nice utility card. It's just one of those cards that, like, when you play it in your deck and when you see it, it's like it's a card you're always like happy to see. So
kind of like Rope.
Rope is good, yeah. Rope is cool.
Rope's kind of sick.
Well, because the thing with like Penny and Rope is like it makes it so you can more consistently like attack turn 2, because like if you have to bench your Zacian, attach, and Roar the Sword, then you're one attachment away from attacking, but you still need to retreat your guy. So if you draw into your Rope or draw into your Penny, that's a way to retreat your active like Mew or Greninja to attack turn 2, which can be really good against the one prize matchups, being able to take a knockout on the second turn.
Yeah. As I've been playing Gardy, we put a lot of time into just like, running this list over and over and over again. And I think like a lot of the cheesy stuff just has kind of fallen out of the deck. Like we don't even have a reversal energy in here now.
Interesting.
Which like a lot of the top lists from Japan were cutting it too.
I mean,
and it's just like you just don't need it.
If you don't plan on falling behind, especially like I've even seen that, like I don't fully understand why Lugia lists are playing the Luxray and the reversal energy.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, I feel like as a Lugia deck, I want to be the aggressor and be the one taking prizes quick. So why would I want 2 cards in my deck that like make it so when I fall behind, specifically in the Lugia mirror, because that's where you're wanting to use the Luxray, right? Is in the Lugia mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like specifically in the Lugia mirror, when I fall behind, I have a strong one prize option. Like, so I don't have that on my deck. Like instead, I have 2 Snorlax in here, which I still think Snorlax is a pretty good option for Lugia.
Now you know a card is not cheesy. This card. And I think this card should go in every single deck at NAIC, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yes, this card is that good. It is a one-of card that can completely change the landscape of a very high high tier matchup.
Yes.
Like,
and sure,
just play this card. Do not be a fool.
Mew decks have ways around it for sure with the fusion energies, but I mean, I think realistically, if you play that matchup a lot, I think the Spiritomb will stick eventually.
Yes.
You know?
No, Spiritomb's not cope. I've played that matchup a whole lot. Tell you what, you put a Spiritomb down turn 1 versus Mew, they're probably just passing.
They need even the fusion Mew. They need to have a specific set of cards. Like you don't always have a way to get your Elisa on the first turn.
No, you don't.
Like, okay, what happens for the people defending saying Spiritomb isn't good? What happens as the Mew player if you have some ball cards, even a VIP pass, but you have no fusion energy and you have no Elisas? What do you do then?
Yeah, it's I'm telling you cry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it completely, and that's the thing is like it doesn't need to outright. The Gardy versus Mew matchup's already very close.
Yes.
So then the Spiritomb just makes it like, holy smokes, dude! I can even go Iono Tomb at the end of the game,
Sure,
if I just feel like it.
Yeah,
you know, and at that point, you know, your fusion energy's probably gone.
And it stops. I mean, it has other utility too. It can stop like against Lugia. How Lugia's a deck that's very reliant on the minion a lot of times, and if you can stop that,
I love it versus Lugia.
So the one thing is though, I mean, you have to wager whether is it better to get the Spiritomb out or is it better to just get another Ralts. So I think like against Lugia, I'm not sure how hard you'll be wanting to get that out, but you know, against Mew, obviously.
All right. Heads or tails?
I will call heads. I will go first. So yeah,
Sounds
this
good.
specific Lugia list is a little different. I haven't really tested it too much, but it's pretty straightforward. I do have a basic.
I do not.
All right. So yeah, it is still the single strike version. I personally am not a fan at all of the all colorless version with the Weird Ear. I think that I don't see why you'd play that version other than it having like a better matchup against like specifically like the one prize version of Lost Box or you know the version without Giratina. But I still think the Snorlax is a pretty good option. So I'm trying the single strike Lugia. You know, I have the Veltal, I have the Tyrannitars, but I also have 2 Snorlax with a couple therapy energy. And then I cut one of the gifts and one of the V-Guards to fit them.
This deck is so broken.
Let me guess, you started the Mew?
Of course.
They always start the Mew, man.
It's so broken. This deck has plot armor, dude.
I'll take my mulligan.
All right. Good luck.
And good luck. I will draw for turn. Okay. Serviceable hand, I would say. I do want to play down Messagoza. I think I should. I don't like giving it to you, but it's fine. Let's start with let's start with Messagoza, and I will flip for Messagoza. Flip a coin if heads. Search my deck for a Pokemon. Tails. That means Andrew's gonna flip heads.
That's how that works.
That's just what that means.
That's how that works.
I'll play Nest Ball for. Let me just check my energy real quick. So there's 15.
Hey, Jesse, you gotta check your.
Oh, my bad.
You're leaning up a little bit. Yeah, that's cool.
There we go. That's better.
I can fix it if you'd rather.
I think you should make it go up a little bit.
All right, I can do that.
Sorry.
You're good.
I didn't think I'd be up this far, but yeah, right here is a nice spot. Just up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Great. Thank you. I'm going to do the Nest Ball again. All right, and then I'll play Nest Ball. So let's count the energy here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I prized 2 energy. 1 double turbo. And 1 single strike energy. Yep, 1 double turbo, 1 single strike. So that's all I'm really going to check right now. I'll just grab Lugia. Oh yeah, whoops. I got to get back into the swing of things here. Off Nest Ball, I will grab Lugia V. Another cool thing Snorlax lets you do when you start it is you're just 2 attachments away from just attacking without the Lugia. So yeah, this is something I definitely want to figure out, is if Snorlax should be played in Lugia. That's kind of like what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Snorlax is a good card, and
Yeah,
it's also good against Sableye, so I like that.
Yep. I'll attach Gift Energy to Snorlax, and then I'll pass to you.
All right. Draw for turn. I've got one of those magical Gardevoir hands that just makes this deck look like the most broken deck ever created. Honestly, I don't know how they always have it, but they just always do. This deck is incredibly cracked.
I'm gonna laugh when you prize both your Gardevoir.
3 Ralts! 3 Ralts prized!
Yeah.
So, I'll start with Battle VIP Pass. Search my deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto my bench. And we're going to take a quick look at what we've got going on in the deck. I think Spiritomb actually a good grab against Lugia, especially for turn 2. He's got Messagoza out. Could definitely use that for Luminion or something to get Archeops in the discard pile. Notice how there are no Archeops in the discard pile now. So I think that would be a good look for sure. I think with Battle VIP Pass, I'll get Spiritomb and Ralts. Put those down. And then I'll flip for Messagoza. Tails.
Hey. We both don't get to look. Or get to use it.
And, I mean, a lot of Lugia lists are playing 2 Luminions, so Spiritomb's just a very useful card in this matchup, especially with Iono at the end of the game. It's just a card I like to have established, and it can really stop them right in their tracks early on, so I love that. I'll bench Ralts and play Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. And then I'll use Mysterious Tail. And I'll take a Level Ball. And then I'll play Level Ball. To get 1 more Ralts, and I'll put it on my bench. I guess I should see if I've got my other rare candy in the deck.
You played 2 or 3 rare candy?
2. 3 is something that I want, but I prefer 4 Level Ball, and that's kind of like where...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would cut a Fog Crystal before I cut a Level Ball, personally.
Yeah, and 3 Fog Crystal feels really good, so...
Because, like, Level Ball, I mean, cards that get you both your Ralts and your Kirlia, yeah, pretty good.
So good. You really... I feel like Gardevoir just wins games when you have, like, 3 Kirlia turn 2.
Yeah.
Like, yep, I'm just probably winning that game.
Or 2 Kirlia Rare Candy Gardevoir.
Yep. Or that.
Which can happen very easily.
And it does.
Oh, yeah.
And it...
Go watch Henry Brand's games.
Does, yeah. Okay. And then I will pass to you.
Okay, draw. It's a great top deck. I'm going to start with Messagoza. Heads. Of course, when I don't actually need it is when I flip heads, but we'll take it. I will just straight away go get an Archeops with my Messagoza. And then I will play Ultra Ball to discard 2 Archeops.
He's cracked. What'd you top deck?
Ultra Ball.
He's cracked.
Yeah, I am. Off Ultra Ball, I will grab Yveltal, one of the best cards against Gardevoir. And yeah, we'll shuffle. Actually, I'm going to go back in first. I'm going to evolve to Lugia V-Star and then use my Summoning Star V-Star power to put 2 colorless Pokemon from my discard onto my bench. And then I'll use Primal Turbo, search my deck for 2 special energies and attach them to one of my Pokemon. I'll grab Therapeutic Energy and Jet Energy. And then I'll shuffle. I'll attach V-Guard to Lugia, and then I'll play Professor's Research. Okay. And then I'll use Thumping Snore for 180, and because of Therapeutic Energy, I do not fall asleep.
That's sick. All right, Jesse takes his first prize. And got a little bit of a tough situation because I could probably take this return knockout with Zashi and V, but that just doesn't feel good. The single prize Snorlax is definitely annoying. It means that in order to respond, I'd have to go Rare Candy Gardevoir EX, but I only have 1 Rare Candy in my deck right now. The other one's prized, so that's not really a realistic option. So more likely that I will have single prizers out and probably just sack a turn, which I think feels better. So I'll promote Spiritomb and draw. And I'll play Rare Candy to evolve Ralts into Gardevoir. Bench Radiant Greninja. And I'll play Iono.
I take 5, you take 6.
Yep. Okay. Then I'll use Shining Arcana. And Concealed Cards. I'll use Messagoza. Heads.
Hey.
Very nice. And I'll grab a Curlia and evolve my Ralts into Curlia. Did I play the level ball? No, I didn't. I used Messagoza.
No.
All right, cool. I'll also play level ball to grab a second Curlia and evolve my other Ralts. And then I'm going to go back in one more time. I'll counter Messagoza with Artisan, and I'll play Artisan to get the final Ralts out of my deck and put it on my bench. I'm not playing Reversal in this list. No, I don't think you need it. All right. And then I'll use Refinement to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. And I'll use Refinement again to discard Psychic Energy and draw 2. And I'll attach a basic Psychic Energy for my hand to Curlia. And I'll pass to you.
You're not going to stun lock me with Spiritomb, man? What the heck?
I'm not going to lock you out of playing the game. I had game, bro. I had game. This is crazy.
All right. I'll draw for turn. Spiritomb's quite annoying because if not, I actually would really like to Luminion for boss this turn. And then I even have the collapse to bump it. So like Spiritomb, very annoying. I'll use Capturing Aroma, flip a coin if heads. Search my deck for an evolution. If tails, search my deck for a basic. It is tails. Off the Aroma, I'll take Tyranitar V, and then I will use Artisan. Go get another Snorlax.
Gotta say, this single prize focused Lugia is, whew. The Snorlax is.
Yeah, it's working pretty good right now. I mean, Lugia obviously just feels broken when you get the double Archeops turn 2, especially without having to put a Luminion in play. It's like. Yeah, you have such like a strong board state. It's like I don't really need any cards from my deck for the next few turns. I can just play off the board.
And going first? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is about everything you could ask for. So if this isn't enough to beat Gardevoir, then there's no hope. I think I should be able to win this one, though.
I'm thinking that that's the way it's going, but who knows?
Especially with this guy here.
Yeah, that feels bad for sure.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to commit any energies with Primal Turbo. Could Primal Turbo a gift onto Yveltal in case that's Gus KO'd. But even that I don't think is worth it. So I'll just use Thumping Snore for the knockout.
Yep. All right, Jesse taking another prize, and I have to claw my way back into this game starting now. So let's see what we can come up with. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw. Let's get into it. I'll play Level Ball just to thin my deck. One more card, and I'm going to grab... So we've got just 2 Psychic Energy left in the deck. That's fine. With Level Ball, I'll grab Manaphy. And let's see what my energy count situation is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I prized 2 Psychic Energy. So I have 9, which means I could theoretically get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to Shining Arcana into some. That's fine. I'll Shining Arcana. And okay. It's interesting because I've got some plays. I mean, I've got like Boss's Orders and I've got Collapsed. I could Boss's Orders up to Lugia and then play Collapsed and then force you to discard one of your single prizers, which is like kind of cool for me. Missing the Shining Arcana, I don't think that I can get the, 8 energy required to knock out a Lugia. with this Gardevoir.
Yeah, 8.
8. Had I attached this there, I could have done it, but then I was worried about you bossing, so that's like why I didn't do it. But I could always hit a second Shining Arcana, so it's a possibility. I could evolve into another one, which would be kind of sick. Okay, so let's see what we can cook then. I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Battle VIP Pass and Manaphy. And with the Ultra Ball, I'll grab Gardevoir. Oh, I still have attached return. Oh, yeah. Then I can get it. I'm tripping. Yeah. See, this is why we talk things through. No, I can just attach return. I'm chilling. Yeah. I'm chilling. Oh, we're so in there. Yeah. This is the cash money play right here. This is why Gardy is broken. Okay. This is it. I've already used that Shining Arcana. Okay, cool. This deck rocks. Okay. So then I need to find all my other energy, and that's fine. Okay. I'll conceal cards to discard that and draw 2. And I will have to discard one of these cards with refinement. Let's go.
Keep all of them.
And I want to keep all. I know I'm so greedy. I have such a big hand. But
you don't need Luminion. Get that card.
I don't need the Luminion. Yes. I'll use refinement to discard Luminion and draw 2. It's fine. I'll evolve Curlia into Gardevoir. And I'll Shining Arcana. And then I'll play Fog Crystal. And this should have been there, and this should have been there, but that's fine. I'll evolve. Let's see. I'll refinement again to discard Fog Crystal and draw 2. I'll evolve Curlia into Gardevoir EX. And I'll Boss's Orders Lugia. Then I'm going to Ultra Ball, discarding Psychic Energy and Gardevoir EX to go get another Curlia. And I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Spiritomb and Gardevoir EX back into the deck. And then I'll play Fog Crystal.
Well, you discarded Artisan by mistake at some point. Got sucked into the discard
Got sucked
pile.
into the void. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. All right. And I'll play Fog Crystal to go get the Spiritomb back.
What the heck, man? I was hoping that card wouldn't come back.
And then I'll play Collapse Stadium.
Okay.
to discard my Radiant Greninja, because at this point I've only got a handful of cards left in the deck, so it does not matter. And this is a pretty insane board. And I still have one more refinement if I want it, but I don't even want to use it.
Yeah, seems about right.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. I was really hoping that Spiritomb wouldn't come back because I really wanted to this turn Luminion Gust KO with Yveltal. So we have 3 boss in the deck. Maybe we top deck it. We'll see. Deciding whether I want to just promote. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just promote Snorlax. All right, drop turn. I'll attach Gift Energy to Yveltal. Trying to see if I can play my hand down at all, so when you knock this out, like drawing off the Gift Energy, but I don't think it's going to matter because if I play this Nest Ball, I'm going to take a prize. I'll be at 7 anyways, so I'd rather save the Nest Ball in case my hand gets disrupted and I need to go grab like a Tyranitar or something. So yeah, let's just... I really don't think there's anything I can do with his hand, so I'll just Thumping Snore for the knockout.
Okay, Gardevoir goes down with all 8 of those energy. And Jesse's at 3 prizes remaining. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw for turn. Okay. I'll Shining Arcana. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I want to just pick apart Jesse's board and prevent him from being able to power up Tyranitar. I want to be able to go in with a Gardevoir at the end of the game. He hasn't really done a lot with that hand that he has. So that's it's kind of indicating to me that maybe he doesn't have too much going on there, but that's fine. So use Shining Arcana. Let's go. Ah, that was my mistake. I'll play Palpad to shuffle 2 Boss's Orders back into my deck. Yeah.
Before you Shining Arcana, do you mean?
I thought I had 1 boss in there, so that was my mistake.
I wasn't really sure how much you had in there.
Yeah, that was my mistake. Okay. And I'll use Refinement to discard Cresselia and draw 2. Dang. That's fine.
Super Odd back Luminion, Ultra Ball for Luminion. Except you can't Luminion because you have Spiritomb down.
I do. Yeah. I do.
So, never mind.
Let's see. So, yeah, there's only so many prizes left, so we might as well. I'll play Super Rod. And with Super Rod, I'll shuffle back in Gardevoir Ralts, and I could dig for it with Radiant Greninja. Shuffle back in Gardevoir, Radiant Greninja, and an energy. Okay. I'll Super Rod those back into the deck. And then Ultra Ball for Radiant Greninja. Okay. And I'll use concealed cards. And I'll boss up Archeops.
Nice.
And I'll use Psychic Embrace to put
60.
Yep. 3 Psychic Energy here. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Okay. Draw. Yeah, okay. Primal Turbo.
Like, yes, I'm relying on Jesse to not have a boss, but I do have Spiritomb to lock him out of Luminion. And I've known for a fact that he does not have boss in his hand now, or he would have played it, right? So, like...
Yeah. If
So,
I had
like,
boss, this game would be sealed up.
right.
But
But that's the Spiritomb is stopping it, right? So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archeops, 2 single strike energies on Yveltal.
Okay.
I guess at this point, I think I will play the Nest Ball. One thing I keep forgetting is Iono puts the cards at the bottom, so there's no point in saving it when you hand disrupt me, because it's just going to go to the bottom, so might as well play it. I will fail it. Okay. See, I want to bench this other Tyranitar, but that just seems like a bad idea. Yeah, that's a joke. I don't actually want to bench it. That sounds like a horrible idea. Okay, so let's see if I go boom, boom, and then attach for turn. So I'll attach for turn, attach double turbo onto Archeops, and then I'll play down Pumpkaboo to get rid of Collapsed. And then I'll play my own Collapsed. Kind of playing my hand down. And then, yeah, I will Thumping Snore.
Okay. Gardevoir goes down, and I will promote Curlia and draw. Come on. Come on. Let's see here. You cannot possibly power up a Tyranitar. You can. It'd have to be double turbo from the hand. And then, yeah, okay.
Or single strike energy from the hand.
Or single strike energy from the hand. Yes, one of those two. Okay.
Assuming I have my other. Yeah, I do for sure. I got 2 left.
Oh my gosh. And then
I got 1 left.
you can win with Tyranitar.
Yeah.
Just
That's
to
why I was counting.
mill.
Yeah. After you play your second super rod is what I counted. I was like,
Okay, yes. All right. Well, that's fine.
I mean, you're doing everything you can to win this game.
I am.
I feel like you shouldn't win this game.
I feel like I shouldn't
crazy
either.
of a setup I had.
But I definitely can.
Yeah, you can.
I
think. I don't know.
I'll use Refinement to discard Iono and draw 2. I'll evolve into Gardevoir and use Boss's Orders on Archeops.
Sure.
Okay. And now you cannot power up Tyranitar.
Correct.
Yes.
You got me there.
Yes. I'll use Psychic Embrace. To accelerate 3 energy onto Gardevoir. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Okay. Draw. Oh, thank goodness. I'll attach single strike energy to Yveltal, and then I'll play Professor's Research.
Okay.
Play Capturing Aroma. Tails. Just grab Tyranitar.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a man, this Snorlax I think has taken every single prize. He's taking this is gonna be his 5th prize in a row. Good job, Snorlax. He drank an energy drink. He's ready to go. And then I'll use Thumping Snore.
Yeah. This is not great for me because I have to count on Jesse just not having a boss off of a gift energy to 7, which is not great.
I have 1 in my hand right now.
Yeah. So like there's 2 in
there.
there.
There is 2 in there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. This could be a boss. I didn't that thoroughly check my prizes, but I did check the energies.
Right. And there's just no way around it, right? And that is one of the tough things about Gardevoir versus this deck is you're just always going to have that 2 prize liability. And I feel like I capitalized on absolutely everything I could.
Yeah.
I feel like I did everything.
Yeah.
Everything is to the best of my ability in this matchup. And there's just not really, with Lugia having that solid of a start and going first, it was like, okay. I think in order for me to keep up, I would have had to get that turn 2 attack. And that was the one thing that kept me from it this game. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw the last card in my deck. And I will play bench Zacian and Iono.
One.
Wait, actually, before I do that.
Okay. I can't remember any cards I have in my hand.
I'll bench Zacian. You're good. Just
okay.
Yeah. Bench Zacian. I'll attach Psychic Energy and Iono.
Bet you can't guess what this is. Not that it matters. I get to draw 6, but
Temple would be cool, but
Temple would be
Temple would be insane here. But I like Artisan. I don't know. Setting up's important.
Yeah, no,
All right.
Artisan's good too. There's so many good games of playing Gardevoir.
And then I'll Psychic Embrace one here. And Psychic Embrace a couple here. How much damage are you doing?
With this guy?
Yeah.
320.
170 to him, though.
Oh, yeah, to him,
So
yeah.
10 short. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 10 short, yeah.
Okay. It's fine. And then I'll retreat. And Storm Slash for the knockout.
And I do have the boss in my hand.
So sick.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then draw for turn. And then I will play boss's orders on Gardevoir. And I will use single strike wings for the knockout.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, it was.
That was super close.
Another thing I could have done is, no, I couldn't. The only other option I would have had with this hand is Iono and hope that I draw my last single strike energy.
Right.
And I could Ultra Ball to reshuffle my deck, and then I would Iono, hope I draw the one single strike energy, so I have enough damage to knock out Zacian. Because I can't, because Sphere Tomb can't Luminion. So yeah.
That was a really good game. That was super close. Yeah. It came down to the wire for sure. I think again, yeah, that difference maker just being getting set up first, going, getting in there, turn 2 attack, turn 3 attack. That turn where I bossed up the Lugia, collapsed and forced one of your single prizers down and took those 2 prizes like that. That's like what Gardevoir is capable of. It feels like once you kind of set up, it feels like you have the entire deck in your hands.
Yeah. Kind of just feels like how Zoroark was before.
Yeah.
Like Zoroark was one of those decks. Like Zoroark GX was one of those decks where like if you could get past that early setup and like not get overrun, you just felt like you had everything at your disposal to win the game. Yeah. So like that's kind of how it feels there. Whereas Zoroark was taking consistent 2 shots, and Gardevoir has that like explosive 1-shot potential too. So yeah, it's really good for sure.
And it does feel like, it feels like both Lugia and Gardevoir have the capability of doing the same thing. They're both decks that have 2 prizers that they have to put in play, but they really only need 1. And they also have 2 prizers they can attack with and 1 prizers that they can attack with that can 1-hit KO things.
And both decks have Collapse Stadium to remove their liability. Gardevoir can find it a lot easier than Lugia can for sure. I think the chance of Lugia like having a liability like Luminion on the bench is a lot more likely than a deck like Gardevoir. And honestly, like if I didn't top deck Ultra Ball there, not being able to use my Luminion there would have been a pain in the butt. So, yeah, it definitely feels like it can go either way.
Yo, chat, let's give it up for Kringleberry with that $25 dono to the Trevor Project.
Let's go.
Huge thank you for supporting a great cause. Amazing. We're almost at $2,200 raised so far. And we've got over a couple $1,000s worth of the Pride sleeves that we've sold as well.
Wow.
To contribute to.
And those sold fast.
They did. Yeah. The Trans Flag Pride sleeve sold out in like 45 minutes, 100 boxes. And then the Pride logo sleeves are still selling. So those
That's
are
sick. Yeah. Those Sylveon ones look dope.
Yeah. I was really happy with how those turned out. So thank you guys all so much for helping support a great cause and for hanging out during the stream today. Now, game 2, I want to go first.
Sure.
Am I playing in the Pokemon TCG Live category right now? Wrong. Head over to the Pokemon trading card game category. There we go. We're not playing live. You can't play Spiritomb in live.
Yeah.
Or Tinglu, or
See, that's an interaction and testing thing that is very relevant for the biggest tournament of the year that you will never get to test on the online platform because the card doesn't work.
Yep.
Penny, actually they fixed Penny, but
did they?
Yeah, but
Tinglu, Gorbis. Is there like a Gorbis or something?
Yeah, Gorbis. It's the one that like turns off the fusion strike ability, or not fusion strike, rapid strike abilities. I think.
Rip Gorbis, bro.
Dang. Gorbis fans in shambles. Yeah, Penny is back. There's another relevant card that's not working either. I can't remember, but oh yeah, Tinglu. Well, whether that's relevant or not is debatable, but still. All right.
Ben has a really good question. Would I have scooped after Jesse Quick set up at a 50-minute best of 3 that game? Oh, good God. That's one of the reasons why
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but like
No.
it did feel bad. But I don't think I would have. But yeah, it definitely felt bad.
I
It
don't
felt
think
like
so.
I felt like as soon as you like is I realized I couldn't get the turn 2 attack, like I did feel like
I definitely could have won that game for sure. Like, I mean, like
was
there was a
close,
decent
yeah.
chance he could win. I wouldn't scoop there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had like if anything like even slightly less had went good for you, like you were able to set up pretty well, then I would scoop for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't get the
I had a stunt setup.
yeah, his setup was really good, but unfortunately, like when Lugia goes first and gets a turn 2 attack, there isn't a whole lot most decks can do against that, honestly.
Bro, what is going on here? This is not the Gardy I know.
What?
All right.
Huh, that's not Mew. Good luck.
Good luck. Draw. This is an absolutely horrendous opening
this
hand.
you could scoop.
Yeah, this is terrible. So it's about as bad as it gets. Okay, you really hate to see it. This is like the 1 in 5 Gardy games this happens. So here we are. Yep.
Chat's like, this is how all my Gardy hands look like.
I know. I'll play level ball, and we are going for that Mew. And off the Mew, I am going to find a battle VIP pass. It's exactly how that's going to go. Yes.
Yeah.
Easy.
You never want to, like, when you're playing a big win, you never want to look at that hand and immediately scoop, but you at least play out, like, the first couple turns. Because you never know. Maybe he hits a VIP pass here, and then he top decks a research. Then he's in the game.
100%.
So it's like, or an Ultra Ball since you have Luminion. That's what Luminion's for, so.
Exactly. I'll get Mew and bench it, then retreat into Mew and use Mysterious Tail.
Now you scoop. No. Give yourself that opportunity. That's funny.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Dang, bro.
Yeah, maybe my hand's bad. You never know.
I'll pass.
Ooh. I will use... See, I could research here and discard 1 Archeops. Or I could Luminion guarantee the double Archeops, and then I have research next turn. So that's actually interesting. Like, I'm not sure which is better. Because I could easily research, just find an energy, and then read the wind. And I get to see more of my deck. But Luminion, like, guarantees it.
I think I am going to scoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know, like, this is a hand that you get presented with a lot with Lugia.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not really sure what's correct. Because, like, I like the idea of guaranteeing the double Archeops, but at the same time, I don't like putting Luminion in play. So I just wanna do this to see how it would work. So I'm gonna research. Let me just see what I get off this, just for 6, 7, and then
Terrible.
Well, it's not that bad. Well, if I roam, as long as I hit heads here. Nope, tails. So then I would attach here. Tails would go get a Luminion. And then I would read the wind, and then hopefully the top 3 cards are busted. Yeah, but that was rough. Ooh, 2. Oh, I had 3 Archeops prized.
Let's run game 2 back. Run it back, bro. Run it back, bro. Run it back. Run it back, bro. Run it back. Run it back. Yeah. We'll restart game. Restart game 2, bro. Restart game 2. Yeah.
Even with 1 Archeops, I still think you're.
I'm probably bodied.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm getting into Ultra Ball Luminion off that next Mew, and I'm chilling, dude.
Well, I'm glad I didn't choose the Luminion for Burnett option. Because there would have been no Archeops for me to discard.
Yes. Yes. All right, we're re-roll game 2. That's fine.
It's so funny because, like, prizing 2 Archeops is totally fine. Prizing 3, yeah, that's not good.
Need to do like a.
Oh no! What have you done? Oh god, he's unhinged.
There we go. All right, we're giving it the power wash. Okay, we're giving it the power wash, guys.
You lost your rare candy.
Thank you. Yep, there we go. Good.
Optimal shuffling technique.
Yep. All right, give it a nice, good.
Let me make sure my deck is nice and evenly distributed.
Yo, that's cheating.
Shuffle.
Okay,
No, this is I see.
That's not a shuffle.
Everybody
bro.
does this, bro.
Everybody, but it's not a shuffle, dude. Listen, do you even watch Azul?
I wouldn't. You wouldn't catch me dead doing this at a regional. If you see me doing this at a regional, please come smack me upside the head. Literally, just you don't even have to say anything. Just come smack me upside the head.
All right, there we go.
Judge might get in trouble, but it's fine.
My deck is completely, flipped.
And like I did, like people say they use it for counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like you can just do it that way.
Remind me 12 days, smack Jesse.
Remind me 12.
All right, I gotta flip my cards right side.
Yeah, that's the old folk's tale that if you pile shuffle at a major event, Azul will appear behind you and call you a bot. That's what he said. Never do it.
That happens though. It happens. I wanna, especially if you've played, you see Gardy sometimes doesn't get it.
I mean, it'd be like that.
Do be like that. Like 1 out of 5 games, I'd say.
Yep. No deck is immune to those hands.
No, it's not. There's nothing you could really do about it.
Lugia certainly has those hands a lot. Yeah. You know what's weird though? I played a lot of Lugia pre-rotation. I feel like I had way more of those hands pre-rotation than I do post-rotation. And I think it's because of Burnett. Burnett, I remember when Lugia first came out, I was really big on the Burnett. I was like, why wouldn't you play a 1-of supporter that gives you the option to discard 2 Archeops if you have the V-Star in your hand? And but yeah, it probably wasn't optimal, but now it's just funny that that's what we're back to.
Oh, for sure.
With Evolution Incense gone. Makes a lot more sense now, but it does make your hands a lot more playable, especially in the games where you don't need to get down to Lugia V. You have 1 Lugia V and it's not being threatened. There's no way Gardevoir's, they could knock out your Lugia V turn 2, but it's not going to happen very often. Just Luminion for that Burnett, guarantee it.
All right, let's do this thing.
All right.
I'm so back.
You go first, yeah?
Yep. Good luck.
You too.
Drop. That's a pretty solid opening hand for Gardevoir. We've got Battle VIP Pass, Level Ball, Ultra Ball, and Luminion if I care to use that next turn. Kick things off with Battle VIP Pass. And Mew is in the deck. I've got multiple Ralts, Radiant Greninja. And there's already a 2-prizer there with the Tyranitar, so I think I'm going to not worry about the Tomb this game. We're just going to, go for, especially since we're going first, just try to set up real fast and put some pressure on. Okay. Off Battle VIP Pass, I'm going to get Ralts and Radiant Greninja. Put those down. And then we'll conceal cards and see 2 more cards and kind of determine what to do from there. Decide if I want to go for Mew or whatnot. I'll use concealed cards to discard a Psychic and draw 2. And I'll play another Battle VIP Pass. Let's go. I've got 2 rare candy in this deck. And actually, I've got Luminion and Collapsed in my hand, so I think I'm going
Yeah, sure.
double Ralts And I'm going to skip the Mew for now. Double Ralts if there is one. Yes. We're going to go double Ralts off the second Battle VIP pass. And then I'm going to do something real spicy, which means that I don't have to shuffle my deck. Okay. I'll play Lumineon, and I'll use Luminous Sign. And with Luminous Sign, I'll grab a Professor's Research out of my deck and put it into my hand.
Nice to guarantee that for next turn.
Yeah, I want to do it because you also play Collapse. So, like, you probably won't Collapse turn 1, but you could.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to do that, and then I'll play Collapse myself to remove Lumineon, and I'll pass to you.
Yep. Top deck the Lumineon there, so that changes things a little bit. Well, no, it doesn't, because I need to find Lugia V, so never mind. Does not change anything. I could Iono here, but obviously I want to discard Archeops, so I should just play the Research in my hand, but I think I want to attach this Gift Energy to Tyranitar. Another thing you have to consider now with Jet Energy in the deck is, like, I could, like, research into, you know, a Lugia V and a Jet Energy. Jet Energy to Lugia V, bring it to the active, and then read the wind to discard another Archeops. So that's something you have to consider now with Jet Energy in the deck. But I do kind of like guaranteeing the gift on a Tyranitar. So I think I'll just attach the gift and then play Professor's Research. Discard my hand, draw 7.
Huge thank you to ATM Shadow for that $25 dono to the Trevor Project, getting us over $2,200 raised so far here on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Okay. So that's pretty good. Got Ultra Ball and Archeops, and then just got to decide what other card to discard. I think I'll just get rid of the Urn here. So I'll Ultra Ball, discard Archeops, and Urn of Vitality. And then I'll grab... well, let me look at my energy situation real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, all my energy in the deck. That's good. Just check my urns. That's another very important resource. Ooh, I did prize 1 urn, so that's a little worrisome. And then Yveltal's in there. Second Tyranitar. Cool, cool. All right, so off Ultra Ball, I will get Lugia V. Then I'll bench Lugia. I'll bench Snorlax. No, I actually won't bench Snorlax. Just because I only have 4 bench spaces. I might need to save that for something else. And then I'll pass to you.
Sweet. I'll draw. And it's time to draw an obscene number of cards, as Gardevoir usually does on turn 2. I'll play Level Ball. And let's see what our Kirlia situation is. We've got 1 Kirlia, 2 Kirlia, 3 Kirlia, and 4 Kirlia. All 4 Kirlia are in the deck. I've got 2 Rare Candy in the deck. I've got all 4 Gardevoir in the deck. So that's pretty good. Off Level Ball, I'll grab Kirlia. and I'll evolve my benched Ralts into Kirlia. Then I'll Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Psychic Energy. And I'll get a second Kirlia that I'll evolve straight into play. And then this is what's so crazy about Gardevoir is, like, I'm about to draw 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards just on board right now, and then it
Plus research.
could be 15. Well, that's with the research. Could be 15. Could be 17.
Yeah.
I could see 17 cards this turn.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think the turn 2 rare candy is definitely doable.
Oh, for sure. And then I'll play Professor's Research, discarding my hand, and I'll draw 7 cards. Play Fog Crystal, and I'll grab a basic Psychic Energy. Then I'll play another Fog Crystal and grab another basic Psychic Energy. Okay. And now we draw. I'll use concealed cards and draw 2. Refinement, discard Psychic and draw 2. And another Refinement to discard Psychic, and I'll draw 2. I'll use Rare Candy to evolve into Shining Arcana Gardevoir, and I'll use Shining Arcana. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Battle VIP Pass, and I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Battle VIP Pass and Mew. And off of Ultra Ball, I'll get Gardevoir EX. And I'll Rare Candy and evolve my active Ralts into Gardevoir EX. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 2 Psychic Energy to Gardevoir EX so that I can retreat it. So 6 energy gets me to
240, which is exact.
No.
A fully charged Gardevoir knocks out Tyranitar.
It's so 6. Yeah, 6 because 6 gets me to
240.
240. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, like even pre this format, like that was like your best answer to this.
Cool.
Is
So
the
then
baby
I've got 6 in the discard pile, which
Yeah,
is so
you
sick.
should, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So I'm just seeing if I can attach return to a Curly, and I can.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'll attach from hand to Curlia and retreat. Whoop. And retreat Gardevoir EX into Shining Arcana Gardevoir, and then I'll use Psychic Embrace to put 6 Psychic Energy onto my Gardevoir, and that is a turn 2 Brainwave for 240 damage in the knockout.
Yeah, that's really good. I've never seen that's the first time I've seen the double rare candy turn 2. That's wild. And you went first. So it's like, wow. Okay. That's strong. So off gift energy, I will draw 3 cards. Okay. I'll promote Lugia V, draw for turn. I have a pretty good hand myself, so I can't complain. Iono seems pretty good right now. So how many cards do you have in hand?
I've got 7.
Yeah, I think I should probably do that. I do want to keep the Luminion in my deck. I think I value that over one of these energy or over the Pumpkaboo. So yeah, let's Ultra Ball away Research and Pumpkaboo for a Lugia V-Star. And then I will use Summoning Star. And I will use Primal Turbo to put a V-Guard and a double Turbo onto Lugia V-Star. And then I'll use another Primal Turbo to put a Gift Energy onto Lugia V-Star. I'm going to redo all that.
That's fine.
I want to do something different.
Cool.
Okay. So after the Summoning Star, I'm going to bench Snorlax, and then I'm going to use Primal Turbo. To put a Gift and a Therapy Energy onto Snorlax. And then I'll use another Primal Turbo to put a V-Guard onto Lugia.
So what are you doing here?
I'm going to attach Jet Energy to Snorlax.
Oh, I was going to say, how you doing it, bro? The Jet. The filthy Jet, dude.
Yeah, Jet's probably like one of, if not my favorite card to come out of the new set, honestly. I think it's really cool.
Jet
it's like
is
what
so
Warp
sick.
it's like what Warp Energy should have been.
It's so sick.
Warp Energy, super mid. Jet Energy, insane. And then I'll play Jet Energy to let me move my Snorlax to the active. Then I'll play Iono.
Ooh, okay.
So you put your hand on the bottom of your deck and you get 4 and I get 6. Cool. I'll immediately bench Yveltal. And then I will use Thumping Snore for knockout.
And you don't go to sleep because of the therapeutic energy.
Yep.
Super good. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I'll promote Curlia and draw. It's unfortunate. This card does so much in so many matchups, but literally nothing
Yeah,
here.
no.
It's just a terrible card to
Yeah, I
have
can't
in
think
this
of
matchup.
any reason you would ever use it against this deck unless like
No.
you smacked Lugia for not a knockout and then wanted to snipe it on the bench.
Right.
But that doesn't really ever happen.
I'll counter my own collapsed with Artisan. And I'll play Level Ball. Which rearranges my deck, so I do like that. With Level Ball, I'll grab Spiritomb. And I'll put the Spiritomb onto my bench. And then I'll play Iono. I get 4, you get 5. And then... It's always weird when you don't want to get rid of any of these cards, that's okay. I'll use Refinement to discard Boss's Orders and draw 2. And then I'll use Refinement again to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. I'll play Super Rod to accelerate. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Ralts and Gardevoir, and that's it. Those two back into my deck. And then I'll use my Artisan to go get Ralts.
That's the nice thing about the Artisan, is being able to do that. You can just like easily recover like your Gardevoir lines like that.
Yup.
Same with Lost Box. Lost Box can do that too.
I love it. The Super Rod just gets Sableye back instantly. It's really nice. Yeah.
And like, sure, you give it to your opponent, but I mean, if your deck's setting up and doing what it needs to do, you just don't. I don't think you really care.
Right. Okay. I'll evolve Kirlia into Gardevoir and play Fog Crystal to get a Psychic Energy out of my deck. Okay. Use both my Refinement. I'll Shining Arcana. And I'll play Palpad to shuffle 2 Boss's Orders from my discard pile back into the deck. Attach from hand to my bench Kirlia, and I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 2 Psychic Energy to my active Gardevoir, and I'll use Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. Off Gift, I will draw 2 cards. Okay. Yeah. Draw. Really want a Boss's Orders.
But
yeah, Spiritomb. But the thing is, like, even without Spiritomb, I don't think I would want a Luminion right now to put another 2 prize liability in play, especially when I'm behind. But still, like, it removes that option. I'll use Artisan. To get Snorlax.
one thing I really like about Worker in the deck, I just see some discussion kind of in chat, but like I really like Worker in this deck because you only play we're playing 2 stadiums, but then Worker gives you like a draw card that is also a stadium bump that you can also recycle with Palpad. So it's like you're kind of min-maxing your deck space by saying like, all right, most of the time I don't need to be able to counter 4 paths to the peak, but like if I need to, I can because I can go.
I mean, I have seen some Japanese lists that don't play it, but if you don't play it, then you need to play like 3-4
a third
stadiums.
stadium, right? It's
like,
just
the list that didn't play it. I think he played 2 Artisan, a Collapsed, and a Temple of Sinnoh. So,
right.
But I don't know. I feel like Worker is just good too. I mean, it works really well with Palpad, and sometimes with Gardevoir, when you're drawing so many cards from the board, just seeing an extra 3 cards is like all you really need.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
you don't really care.
It's a hand grower.
It's a hand grower and a stain removal. It's just like a solid card.
Exactly. And also, huge thank you to CP2RU2 for that $25 dono to the Trevor Project.
Let's go.
You all are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So yeah, I got Snorlax off the Arzon, and then I'll use Primal Turbo to put a double Turbo and a V-Guard onto Snorlax. And then I'll use Primal Turbo again. To put a double Turbo onto Archeops. Then I'll retreat. And I'll use Thumping Snore for the knockout. And then I flip 2 because he's asleep. Still sleepy.
Okay, I will promote Curlia and draw for turn. Level ball, and I just want to grab another Curlia out of the deck to give me as much draw power as I can, because I would really like to find a boss's orders this turn so that I can hopefully knock out that Lugia V-Star. That would be great. And then that pretty much seals the game up if I can do that.
Yeah, I think for me to win here, I would need you to knock out Snorlax, and then I would need like a boss with my Yveltal, because that'll like swing the prize trade. And then you would have to evolve into another Gardevoir, and then I would Tyranitar that one with another boss.
Yeah.
So that's why like I feel like Lugia needs to play 3 boss now, whereas before you play 2 boss in a Serena. Now you need to play 3 boss.
I agree with that. Also collapse, if you could collapse your own Lugia away.
Yeah.
That would help. Because I pretty much am going to have this Gardevoir out, but you don't necessarily have to have another 2-prizer out.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the crazy thing is Gardevoir can also like you can use all the you can Gardevoir, set up your board for like 1 or 2 attackers, and then you can collapse away your own Gardevoir. Is another thing you can do, because once you've accelerated energies, you can get rid of the Gardevoir and remove that 2-prize liability. So it's just crazy the amount of things Gardevoir can whip up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll use Refinement to discard Manaphy and draw 2. And then I'll evolve my bench Ralts into Curlia and use Refinement again to discard Cresselia and draw 2. And okay, what's it actually take to do? What's it take to do 310 to possession?
310. You need 9 energy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Woo. It's 9 for over 280, and 8 for 280. That's the easiest way to think about it.
Looks like I did not quite get there, which is...
Because 9 energies does 330.
Unfortunate. So, that's fine. That's fine. Did not find enough energy. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 and 8. So, I am 1 short of the knockouts because of that V-Guard. It's actually preventing my Zacian boss play. So, I also don't have a... Well, okay. So, there's this. I can go boss the Yveltal and knock it out with Gardevoir EX. And then if you go Tyranitar to knock out my Gardevoir EX, then I just win. So, I like that. I'll boss his orders Yveltal. And I'll use Psychic Embrace. Was there 2 on here?
You did 2 things to it, I think,
Was it
to retreat
4?
it. Yeah, because you retreated. Unless you manually attached. I'm honestly not sure.
I think that seems fine. Yeah, it's 4. Okay. I'll retreat Curlia into Gardevoir EX, and then I'll use Psychic Embrace. I guess, so by putting 6 on here, I leave myself with 210. But even if you bring up Lugia to take the knockout, that's still fine. Because I can finish off a Lugia if I have to. And then...
I don't think I have enough non-double turbos to even do that.
I think I also want to just... I don't think there's any... Yeah, there is a downside to benching that Zacian, so I'm not going to do that. That's fine. And I have the Gardevoir EX in my deck. Yes, sir. All right. I'll use Miracle Force for the knockouts.
That's rough. Yeah, I'll just promote Lugia, draw. Ah, 1 turn too late, boss. Nest Ball. Fail Nest Ball, and then I'll bench Tyranitar and use Primal Turbo. Put a single strike and a double turbo on Tyranitar, and then use my other Archeops to put a Jet Energy on Lugia. And I'll attach for turn onto Tyranitar. Suppose I'll play Aroma, Tails, search for a Lugia, and then Ultra Ball away Lugia and Lugia V-Star for Luminion. And then I'll replace Artisan with Mesagoza, use Mesagoza, heads, search for a Lugia V-Star. And then I'll retreat and use Single Strike Crush for the knockout.
All right, Jesse takes 2 prize cards, but promotes a 2 prize Pokemon, so all I have to do is knock it out. I'll promote Spiritomb and draw for turn. And here we go. Refinement to discard 2. I can draw out my whole deck. Refinement to discard 2. And then I'll evolve into Gardevoir EX, bench Zacian V, attach and retreats. And we can Psychic Embrace however many energy we need to take this knockout. But I'll
6.
do 3, 6, 9.
Yeah, that seems like enough.
Storm Slash.
Nice.
And that's GG's.
GG. All right. Yeah, that went a little better for you
It did.
than last game for sure.
It did.
Or the first game, I should say.
Yeah, being able to get that first attack, also you opening a 2-prizer.
When Gardevoir gets the first attack, it feels really bad because at the very least, usually when you're playing against Gardevoir with like a deck like this, you're like, okay, I'm going to be the aggressor. I'll take the first prize.
Right.
And then they respond KO. And then from there, it's just a back and forth. But when Gardevoir takes the first prize. It's it's rough.
Stressful.
Yeah.
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 When they go rare candy,
Double rare candy. Oh my word, that's crazy.
It's the one thing about this list. Like, I do kind of want the third rare candy.
Yeah, right.
But all the other cards are broken. I also kind of want Temple, but all the other cards are broken though. I've already cut the reversal energy.
I don't know. I mean, this
You don't
matchup
even
seems
need that,
fine
bro.
without Temple. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine. It's fine. You don't even need it. You don't need it.
I mean, it is a good way. Like, if you do have a slow start against Lugia, like in that first game, the Temple there would have would have basically won you the game if you had been able to save that combination of cards.
Spiritomb is sick.
Spiritomb is very good.
I'm telling you, Mew can be real gnarly if you're not playing it.
It's just such a low commitment card. It's like, it's Fog Crystal, Level Ball searchable. It's not a liability. The only liability of it is that it takes up a bench spot. But it's like,
I don't think reversal's necessary. Yeah, the second place Japan list didn't run reversal. I don't think reversal's needed.
you could play one. You can play a list that heavily plays into it. Like, I played against a Gardy list at Full Grip. It's the one I tied against actually. And the guy playing it here, he was playing like a 4 reversal Gardevoir list, and it was really crazy actually. It seems like really strong. Like, you have the Luxray in there for against Lugia. Your reversal is just like a really good card. It even played the Fighting Gallade that you can evolve your Curly into Gallade, and you can reversal, and you can knock out like, it's for each V in play, so it's really good against Mew. It's good against Arceus. So yeah, there's a lot of cool ways to play Gardevoir. You can play the V-Union still. The V-Union still pretty good? Or you can play like the straight. Like, I like that version the best personally.
Me too.
I still think I personally like one reversal just as like an option for when you fall behind, because I feel like Gardevoir a lot of the times, if you don't get that stellar setup, can fall behind. And just having like a 1 energy. But my list plays Forest Seal Stone too, so like Forest Seal Stone is a way you can like go fish it out of your deck for when you need it. Because I kept having that issue when I was playing the 1 reversal. Is like, the turn I would need it, I couldn't find it because it's just like a 1 energy in your deck.
That's what I'm saying. I never have Pokemon. So
you can always Greninja it away too.
I'm not playing Stone either.
Like, when you're ahead, if your argument's like, oh well, if you're ahead, it's useless. Well, you can still Greninja it away. Like, you can still draw your cards. Like, so at the very least, it does that. But
the loss of Roar the Sword, you just don't bench Spiritomb if you want to roar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like,
I don't think you're benching Spiritomb and Zacian.
And you're not like always going like turn 1 Zacian roar. Like, almost never
not
actually.
As much, no.
Yeah, not as much. So you're much better off like trying to stunt your opponent's setup, because you're like a turn 3 with Gardy, you are like, just full throttle, like you're going in. So like Spiritomb can sometimes make it so your opponent's not doing anything till turn 3. Which, like, if you can make them stumble that one turn, that's all you need.
It's such a low commitment card for such a strong effect. Yeah. Like it's already come up a lot in this matchup, where it's just the utility of me being able to use, because there's 2 Luminions in this deck. Like, that's how you find your boss. That's how you find your draw supporter. That's how you find your Burnett most of the times. Sure, there's games where you don't need it. Like game 1, I didn't need it, but I had like a cracked hand. That just doesn't happen all the time. So
for sure.
Yeah, and then obviously what it's for is Mew, but the fact you're getting mileage out of it outside of that matchup is like really good.
Well, that's why I can justify it, I think. It's like, yes, it's for Mew. It's very, very good against Mew. But
I've been meaning to test that against Fusion Mew, because I'm curious at like how often it actually like does win you the game against Fusion Mew.
I think that we can see.
Yeah, we might be able to do that today. We'll see. All right. I'll go first. Ooh, this hand was really good.
Okay.
Sad. Lugia is going to be a threat until it rotates.
It's just good.
I mean, they have to print more special energy, so naturally, even as hard as they try to like balance it around Lugia, like it can still just make use of the energy. Like you could even play Luminous Energy if you wanted to. You just, with Radiant Charizard, something I would like to test.
Putting 4 special energy into play every turn from the deck is crazy.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
Even just on Lugia, like Lugia in itself it can do 220. With V-Guard, it has 310 HP. Like, yeah. Not even taking into account all the single strike guys. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna need to mulligan this hand. Well, actually, let's start him. Okay. All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh, Spiritomb. All right, draw for turn. Okay, well, we'll be all right. I'm gonna attach single strike energy, bench Snorlax, and then pass to you.
Draw for turn, and I've got Rare Candy Gardy and 3 Curly in my hand, but
Oh, am I getting Iono'd?
you might be getting
Let's
Iono'd.
freaking go.
Yeah, so, I mean, or I can, yeah, I can't even retreat into a Mew and see if I find, like, Battle. No, it's not worth it. It's just time to Iono for sure. So I'll Fog Crystal and Iono. Start off with Fog Crystal, and let's take a look and see what we got going on in this deck. We got 1 Ralts, Zacian there present. We've got both Gardy in there. Radiant Greninja, good. 3 Ralts, Mew, good. 4 Ralts. Okay. I'm feeling like, I mean, it's Ralts or Mew, right? Those are like the 2 you're going to. I don't have an energy yet, so I can't even retreat the tomb. So I think I'm just going Ralts, and then we could decide after. Ralts is like the safe bet. Like, I have no idea what the next 6 cards of my deck are going to look like. So by far, we definitely want a Ralts. So I'll grab that first off the Fog Crystal.
I mean, I don't have a Lugia down, so you're not really threatened right now.
Nah.
I mean, I can double turbo, take a knockout next turn.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Broken Cragalanche. My favorite thing about the Lugia deck is using Cragalanche. Such a fun attack to use.
Cragalanche is sick.
Seeing, like, discarding the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck and seeing them eye roll is the best.
So sick. All right, and then with that, I'll play Iono.
Yep. I had researched my hand, but a lot of energy, so I'm glad I don't have to discard those.
This deck is broken for sure. Battle VIP Pass. And now with Battle VIP Pass, I think I might be leaning towards a non-Mew setup. I've got 2 Ralts in my hand and a Battle VIP Pass, so I could just go get Ralts number 4 and Radiant Greninja, and then maybe Luminion for research next turn and just, like, off to the races, which is kind of what I'm... Actually, I cannot Luminion because of Spiritomb, so I take that all back.
I was going to let you do that, too.
Yeah, it's cool, bro. You were going to let me... Well, it seems like the Luminion's going to stay right there.
Yep, and I'll take the turn.
Well, he might knock out my tomb.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. With Battle VIP Pass, I'll grab Radiant Greninja and Ralts. Put them straight onto my bench. The fish is broken.
No, why would you cut the
The fish is sick,
That
dude.
seems horrible.
Yeah, the fish is like a... Yeah, that card slays, dude.
Card's so good.
It's like, in case you ever miss anything, the fish makes it so you never miss anything.
Even late game, it has utility, because
sure.
as long as you have the collapse in your hand, you can Luminion, go get the supporter. I've even, like, Pal Padded, then Luminion to get the card I Pal Padded, and then collapse the Luminion away. It's, like, really strong.
It's nuts. And then I'll use concealed cards to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2. Bench 2 Ralts, and you're so mad. I'll use Fade Out for 10 damage. And Jesse is frozen, as we can see. So at this point, I believe I win the game. I'm going to have to wait and see if he disconnects or something, but I'm pretty sure using Fade Out makes it so that your opponent unable to play any game actions and you just win.
Yeah, it's broken for sure. Oh, that was funny.
Yo, let's give it up
trying
for
really hard not to laugh.
Yo, give it up for Girl Power TCG, $540 donated.
Holy moly.
Absolutely incredible. That is amazing. Give it up for Girl Power.
Woo!
That is awesome. Absolutely incredible.
So
and
sick.
Also huge thanks to Girl Power TCG and just all the work that they do for LGBTQ people in this community and making sure that they're represented and loved and just have a safe space to express themselves. So really love the work that Girl Power TCG does. And also we're going to have Natalie Miller from Team Girl Power through Akron, Ohio, and is going to be featuring on the stream this upcoming Sunday for our charity event. So very excited about that too.
Let's go.
Yes, huge dub. Absolutely love it. Huge thank you to Girl Power TCG. $2,788 raised so far. Absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Basically like a third of the way there.
Yeah, insane.
Nice. Okay, so all right, I got stun lock, so let's see. I don't think I've drawn for turn yet, so I'm gonna draw. Ooh, Messagoza, that's pretty good. So yeah, let's start with a Messagoza, and then I'm going to use the Messagoza. Visitails. Naturally. Okay, still pretty good here because I have the Burnett, so I'm going to play the Professor Burnett in my hand and take a little peek at the energy situation we have going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 15. So yeah, I like counting them because like I know I have 15 energy in my deck. I counted 15, so that's easily now I know none of my energies are prized. And if I only counted 14, then I got to look for that one energy. Another thing I like to look for is the urns. Okay, we have 2 urns prized. Oh my goodness. That's fine. Honestly, prizing urns is actually good because that's something you like to see after you've taken a knockout. Okay, so now we'll do our Burnett target. Burnett, I will discard 2 Archeops. And then I do need to go get me a Lugia V. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discarding Therapeutic Energy and Boss for a Lugia V. And then honestly, since you have that Spiritomb in your hand, I think I should just I have to like preemptively Luminion for like a research, because if I don't, I'll just be stuck. So I'm gonna use Luminous Sign to go get a I think actually I'll get an Iono. I'll get an Iono for next turn. And unfortunately I do not have a double turbo in my hand.
To mill 2 cards.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even take a knockout anyways, so I guess it's not that bad.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even know if I want to commit energy to this guy, because if he gets knocked out, then that'll be a waste. I do have a single strike energy I could attach right now, but I don't really see a point. I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'll pass to you.
Draw. We're going to start off with concealed cards, discard a psychic energy, and draw 2. Find a level ball, so that is very good. Play level ball. And we just want to grab some Kirlia and start drawing cards. So I'll get Kirlia and put it into my hand. And then I have a decision to make. I think I am just going to Luminion for research and go. That just seems like I was going to conceal cards and see if I drew like a research off of concealed cards, then I would not put Luminion down. But I have a feeling like with, Jesse's got 3 Pokemon V in play.
Yeah, I'm not loving it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that. How many Archeops do you have in the discard pile? 2, because you played
Yeah,
Burnett.
I Burnetted.
Okay. So I think that this is okay. I feel like I can arrange my board to where I have like a very solid board setup. So
Yeah, this is a realistic Lugia board right here.
yes, I would say so. I could also, put the Spiritomb down. I'm just not going to worry about that. I could also, I could see if I can find like Rare Candy Gardevoir EX, but more than likely, I think I just want to research this turn. That's like the power play. I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia, and I'll play Luminion V and use Luminous Sign. And with Luminous Sign, I'll get Professor's Research and put it into my hand.
Yeah, like I knew you wanted to use Luminion this turn, but after seeing my opponent, not knowing his hand, after seeing him use the Spiritomb and he has it in hand, and I know my only out is a Luminion for next turn.
You have to do that.
I feel like it's a little sus not to do that, but it feels bad. But I think I just have to.
And if I can seal cards into a Research or an Iono there, then I'm not playing this, and I'm putting the tune back down.
And
right?
like another thing, if I knew that was gonna stay in play, I could maybe try to rely on that to get out of the hand too. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel great.
We don't know if it's gonna stay in play. So
Exactly, it could stay in play. It could not stay in play, and also I could flip tails.
Yep. Okay. I'll play. Well, yeah. I'll attach a Psychic Energy to Radiant Greninja and play Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. Let's go. Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. I'll play Level Ball and grab a Kirlia. And I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia and use Refinement again to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. Then I'll attempt Messagoza. Hence.
Not fair.
It's not fair. We're just going to get another Kirlia. Let's see, is the collapsed in here? It is.
Really gonna need you to miss the attack this turn.
I am not attacking this turn.
Oh, good. Oh, that's right, because you benched that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Which I'm fine with.
No, I mean, you're
just
chilling.
prepping for I'm prepping for a Gardevoir, single prize Gardevoir board that is just going to trade favorably with all these 2 prizers here.
Yeah.
That's like what I'm reaching for.
That's the thing with Super Rod too. It's like you can easily recycle them, so you can have more than 2.
I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia, and I'll use Refinement to discard basic Psychic and draw 2. And I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Worker and Cresselia to get a 4th Kirlia. And this is insane. I'm going to be... This is nuts, dude. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro.
Pretty good.
And then I'll use Refinement to discard Iono and draw 2 cards. And with that, let's see what we got going on over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the discard pile, that's fine. 4 Kirlia in play, this feels pretty good. A board with, I have this, but if I find collapsed, it's gone, so that's cool. I'll pass to you.
Okay, I'll use Messagoza. It's a heads. I will grab a Lugia V-Star. And then I will use Summoning Star. Put 2 Archeops into play. Am I going back into the deck? Yes. Yes, I am. Actually, I think I'll wait because if I draw Jet Energy, I would like to save this Tyranitar for later. It feels really, really bad to single strike crush, but probably what's going to be what I have to do, unfortunately. Unless I go all 4 single strike energies. Cragalanche for 140.
Sheesh.
And then I will play, I don't know. It's looking like a single strike crush angle. So I will use Primal Turbo. Put a double turbo onto Tyranitar. And then I will use another Primal Turbo to put a V-Guard onto Lugia. Probably the change I've made to the Lugia, just in general, like throughout the last couple formats, is trying to play 2 Collapse Stadium. Like, it's like these situations where, like, finding Collapse here is, like, so good. And, like, sure, it removes it for you too, but that I would really love to try to fit a second Collapse in this deck, but it's so hard. Like,
it
you
is
play
difficult.
other cards.
And you're already, like, 2 Snorlax is already so good against Lost Box and even Gardy. It's like...
It's just, like, not great. Okay, and then I'll attach Single Strike Energy from hand. And I will use Single Strike Crush. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, man.
That's not great.
We'll promote Curlia and draw. Okay. Let's begin.
Oh, boy.
This, I know, right? I'll use Messagoza. The tails. And I'll Ultra Ball. That's fine. I'll Ultra Ball, Level Ball, and Battle VIP Pass. I just want to thin my deck because I know that I don't. Like, I don't want to draw into Gardevoir if I can just get it preemptively, so I'm going to do that. I'll Ultra Ball for Gardevoir EX and put it into my hand.
Another like scenario where like Penny would just be really good for utility because like you don't need to have it play a draw card at this point. So just Penny can just be like, oh, I missed my Collapse. I can pick up my Luminion.
Easy. Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. I'll Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. And I don't necessarily want to boss or anything, so I'm thinking it's okay to just evolve, and Iono. How many cards are in your hand?
6.
Okay. I'll evolve into Gardevoir and evolve into Gardevoir EX. And then I'll play Iono. And I'll draw 6. You get 5. Sick. And I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Radiant Greninja, Spiritomb, and Gardevoir from my discard pile back into my deck. This deck's so crazy. You could do anything. You have total control.
Basically guaranteed to find a collapse if it's in the deck.
I already have it.
He's already got it.
I've already got the search card. I could just go get it. I'm going to collapse Illuminion. I'm going to put Spiritomb back into play. It's ridiculous. I'm going to draw as many cards as I want. I'll Shining Arcana. I'll bench Spiritomb, and I'll play Collapsed. And then...
Well, at least I get to discard my minion.
It's true, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. I'll use Refinement to discard a Psychic and draw 2. And then I'll use Refinement to discard Ultra Ball and draw 2. Okay. And then you said 6 is the magic number?
6 is indeed the magic number.
Cool. Let's do that.
6, if the easy way to remember in chat, 6 energies on either Zacian or Baby Gardevoir knocks out any basic V. Any basic V. 210 to 240 HP.
There you go.
Any
Cool.
basic V.
And I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir. I'll attach a Psychic Energy from my hand to my benched Curlia to prep it for a bigger knockout next turn if I'd like to. And then those 6 energy place 120 damage on Gardevoir. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. I'll promote Snorlax and draw. I will Bramble Turbo. Therapy and Gift Energy. Cool. I will bench another Snorlax, attach Jet Energy to Snorlax, and Thumping Snore for the knockout.
Sweet. Gardy goes down. Jesse takes a prize, ties it up at 4-4. I will... So 280. You need 8 energy to do 280? Yeah. Because it's...
What?
8. Gardy does...
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8
6,
for
7,
280 Pokemon and 9 for over 280.
Cool. I'll promote Curlia and draw.
Unless this is Zacian V attacking a V guarded Pokemon. Then you need 9.
And I do need to play around the Tyranitar Mill. So just need to make sure that that's not a thing.
Might be able to catch some Gardy slipping with the Tyranitar.
You definitely can. You definitely can.
Or they can just deck themselves.
Yeah.
As seen on their last regional championship.
Let's see. If I draw 2 and then he mills 2, all right. We're chilling. I could draw 2. That's fine. I'll do it with Gardevoir. I'll evolve my active Curlia into Gardevoir and use Shining Arcana. And I'll boss up Lugia V-Star.
Darn.
Attach an energy from hand to Gardevoir, and I'll use Shining Arcane. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir, placing 120 damage on it.
Probably should have put a gift on Lugia V-Star, honestly. But...
And then I'll play Super Rod to accelerate Gardevoir, not accelerate. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Ralts, Gardevoir, and a Psychic Energy back into my deck. And then I'll Palpad to shuffle Iono and Boss's Orders back into my deck. And with that, I'm feeling pretty good about everything. I do have a thicker deck now, so I can Refinement, which is fine. I'll do that. I'll use Refinement to discard Radiant Greninja and draw 2. And I'll bench Ralts. And then I'll use Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. Yeah, really, man, if I just had boss, like that's what I keep thinking every turn. I'm like, I just need a boss. Honestly, maybe I just need maybe I need to play 4 boss. Yeah. I mean, the Snorlaxes are doing their job for sure, but I need more than that. I need to take 2 prizes. All right, draw for turn. I'll bench Yveltal. Yeah. Primal Turbo. A gift onto Yveltal. I think I definitely should have done that on Lugia last turn, because then I would have had a higher chance of finding a boss, which is really what I need right now. I would have drawn 2 cards, so that could have got me into a boss. Yeah, I don't really have much else to do. I will just Thumping Snore.
Gardy goes down. Jesse goes to 3 prizes left. And I will promote Ralts and draw. And at this point, we're kind of chilling, I believe. I'll Rare Candy into Gardevoir EX, and I'll bench Zashi and V. And then I'll Psychic Embrace to accelerate 3 energy to Gardevoir EX. And it's all fine. I'll Boss's Orders Archeops and Miracle Force for knockout.
Yep. Yveltal, draw. Aroma.
And then for those of you wondering, like, well, why don't you draw with Refinement at the end of the game? It's because sometimes you want the cards in your deck to stay in your deck in case you get Iono'd into them, right?
That is true. Play Masagoza. Use Masagoza. Tails. Do not choose the deck. There was one time at a regional where I used Masagoza, and I got really close to go searching my deck because, like, you get confused sometimes.
Yeah.
When you hit Tails at Masagoza, you're like,
And Capture.
oh, I get to go search my deck for a basic.
A basic,
like, no,
right. Yeah,
no.
they're different. They're both search cards that flip a coin, but
Yeah, I was like, went to go pick up my deck. Started to turn over. I was like, nope. Yeah, this is pretty much game. I needed Masagoza to heads, and then I would have got a Tyranitar. Not that it matters. You can spawn KO. I get a Tyranitar, earn, and then even then I wouldn't have been able to do it. I have the Jet Energy in my hand to bring it to the active, but I need 2 Archeops, or the energy needs to be a double turbo or a single strike energy. So yeah, I am pretty much cooked at this point. So yeah, you got it.
GG's. Yep. Yeah, that was rough for sure.
Oh yeah, Gardevoir. That deck's really good.
It's really broken.
I've been doing. There's some things I learned. I learned that cutting of your third gift energy is a very bad idea. You should definitely have 3 of those in the deck. V-Guards, on the other hand, definitely got worse. So I can understand why a lot of people are just playing 1 right now.
I've seen that.
So I have 2 because I was like, I could see not playing 3, but only playing 1. So honestly, but the 3 gifts are so good. Like, because especially with Iono, like, you need a gift for your initial Pokemon. You need a gift for your Yveltal and for your Tyranitar, because you just need gift, because like that's because the only way to find the only like draw engine this deck has is your gift energies. So like, yeah, you should definitely play a third of those. I'm even considering like trying to play like a second baby Yveltal, like the little Yveltal, like a second one of those. And then if I did that, I would play like 1 impact energy, so I could 3 single strike energies, and then I could technically and then I would just be 1 earn away from attacking with another Yveltal, because with 4 single strike energies, you need to hit 2 earns to be able to attack again.
It's true.
Well, not necessarily, but it just gives you more
Flexibility.
more things to flexibility.
For
But
sure.
I also just like, I need to hit the boss. Like, I need to use Yveltal onto Gardevoir to be able to win at that point.
But that's the thing,
and
is like,
it's hard to do.
Look at the discrepancy, and this is why it's like Gardevoir is just the best deck, because look at the discrepancy between how many cards you're drawing to find those boss and how many cards I'm drawing.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, well, I'm going to see like 15 cards.
And like, that's why Luminion's in the deck. And like, theoretically, it's like, well, okay, if I can win the prize race, I don't really care that I'm putting a 2 prize liability into play. But I can't do that because at Gardevoir, you will just gust the Luminion and take 2 prizes instead of dealing with my Yveltal. And it's like, yeah, it's really bad because like Mew, for example, can't do that because you need to respect the Yveltal because you're taking 3 prizes with it. But yeah, if Gardevoir can get in that position, it feels very hard to beat them. Especially the Spiritomb was really annoying for sure. There wasn't, I don't think, any opportunities in that game where I would have played the Luminion, but just the fact that I can't do it
took away like a whole plethora of options that just were not even on the table.
Like, if I was ahead by like 1 more prize that game, like, it would have been annoying because I would have wanted to play Luminion for boss to just like try to win the prize race. And so it just taking away that option is really, really strong. I've even considered like I'm that's the issue I'm having with Lugia right now, is beating Gardevoir, because before I don't think it was that good of a match. I think a lot of people thought it was good for Lugia, but I don't think it was. I think a good Gardevoir player like can blow Lugia out of the water because you just trade so well with the baby Gardevoir. Just trades so well, and they were playing Choice Belt. Like, Henry was playing Choice Belt. Like, I played against Henry, and the Choice Belt, he got he got the knockout with the baby Gardevoir with the Choice Belt on my and it's like. That's just like, I was like, okay, well, I didn't know you had Choice Belt in your deck. Like, I didn't know. Like, it was really, really good. I felt like I didn't stand a chance really. And I'm game 1, I felt like I stood a chance against him, but I won't get into that right now. But yeah, it's rough for sure. I've even thought about in Lugia trying to play just 2. Like, maybe you just need to play 2 Panic Mask because I'm panicking right now.
I think or Box at Disaster.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Like Box Disaster's fine, yeah.
Box of Disaster. There are techs.
I think Panic Mask is like a harder Gardevoir counter specifically. Like just not being able to get hit by Gardevoir is better than giving up. Because like they're still even with Box of Disaster, they're still trading 2 for 2 if they're trading 2/1 prizes for your 2 prizers. So like
it's true.
And Box of Disaster has to be on a V Pokemon. Panic Mask can go on anything. So yeah, I mean, maybe you just play 2 Panic Mask and Lugia. Like maybe you just have to play 2 Panic Mask. Maybe you play like an Arven as like a way to search it out. Like
I honestly feel like, I feel like Gardevoir just has it all. It's the deck in this format that has everything. It's got the best draw engine by far, and it's all built into the same tree. You've got your energy accelerator, you've got your draw engine, and you've got your one-hit KO single prize attacker all on the same evolution tree. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You've got the 4 Curlia. You could draw insane amounts of cards. You've got Radiant Greninja with perfect synergy, getting the energy into the discard pile so that you can accelerate them later. You've got the Celebrations Mew, which you can easily pivot into on turn 1 to dig out those items, battle VIP passes, and everything like that. It feels like Gardevoir has everything that it needs. And as far as like, think about what these deck strategies are. Like that deck is trying to set up Archeops, and then for the most part, you're taking one-hit KOs with a 2-prizer, which is Tyranitar V-Star or Tyranitar V, unless you're up against a type-favored matchup like Gardy, in which case you can take some single-prize knockouts, or you could take some single-prize 2-prize knockouts with like the Eviltal. But Gardevoir is a deck that can take one-hit KOs on any Pokemon with a single prizer, and that's insane. Or you could take a one-hit KO on anything with your 2-prizer, which is Zacian.
Yeah, and you can see like most games you're gonna set up the way you did in most of those games, and then you'll have the one game like in game like
1
in
and
that
5.
one game where like you just
don't do anything.
Kaput. And,
yep. 1 and 5. You don't do anything.
Yeah, I'm trying everything to get Lugia to beat Gardevoir, but honestly, like, because this deck feels like very, very good against like everything else. Like, it's really, really good against Lost Box. I think it's really good against. I think it's one of the best decks against like just Giratina decks in general. Both Lost on Giratina and Arceus Tina. Arceus Tina, I think Lugia is really good against. But yeah, the Gardevoir, if you can't beat Gardevoir, I don't think like it's good against Mew too. I mean, you have a 1-prize Pokemon that can take 3 prizes, so that's like really strong. Like if you can get past the path judge of that Mew does, you can usually win that matchup. I think the best deck though against Gardevoir is Fusion Mew. You put on so much pressure with them. Not only do you put on so much pressure, but you have the Lost Cities, so you can easily just like bin like half their Gardevoir line in the Lost Zone.
Which is why I'm playing the Tomb.
Which is yes,
because I figured that out. I was like the best deck against Gardevoir is definitely Mew. Well, let's nix that.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool too. The matchup's kind of interesting because like the Mew, like what I would do against the Tomb is like if you can, like Elisa's onto just 2 Genesects, and then the next turn you can evolve to Gardevoir, double turbo, and then you can get another fusion energy, and then you can copy the snipe attack with the Mew VMAX. Copy the snipe attack with the Velocity.
Evolve into Gardevoir and double turbo?
Or sorry, evolve into Mew VMAX with double turbo. Yeah. And you can like Mew VMAX copy the snipe attack, which I think is pretty cool.
Nah, the Ice Cube does not just give you an answer. Do you want to see it once? We'll do one game.
Yeah, let's do a game. Sure.
One game. Gardy versus.
I actually would like to know. This is something that is on my list.
One game.
This is on my list to test. Is Gardevoir versus Mew against that Gardevoir? That's
I'm telling you, bro. It's not even.
Yeah, no, I believe you for sure. I believe you.
What do I think of a Luxray and reversal on Gardy? Unnecessary. Unserious. Very unserious. I really want to play
There was a Mew list that played a Luxray in reversal, bro.
I know.
I
got
top
about
4 at the. And it played a Drapion. I don't know what they were doing, man. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah, I like this Mew list a lot. This is one of my favorite decks right now. I think it's kind of got it all, honestly. Not as much as Gardevoir, but draws a bunch of cards, takes big one-shots, can attack turn 1 going second.
You do not need reversal in Gardevoir. No, you don't. No. And the Ice Cube, I don't. The Ice Cube is cute.
I think Ice Cube is really good, personally.
It's cute.
I think busted is the word.
You don't need reversal, dude. You saw this deck was cooking
Yeah, it didn't feel like he needed it.
What do you need reversal for?
You can
Just
play
pre-attach.
one, sure, fine. Like,
Well,
play
here's
one.
my deal. Like, you can pre-attach the psychic energy to Curlius very easily.
Yeah.
So then, like, what do you need the reversal for? You pre-attach. You just play. If you play smart, you don't need it. Yeah, you just pre-attach. You can also do like, you play 2 super rods now. You could juice your deck with like an extra psychic or 2, and then just Shining Arcana into it, and then you're like +1/+2. There was times where we were hitting like not just 11 psychic. Who needs it? You're chilling. You're chilling. You're chilling. I was absolutely like just flooding the board with energy this game. Yeah. You're fine. You're chilling. You don't need reversal. It was one of the first cuts. That card is not necessary. It's fine. It's not a bad card, but needed.
I think if I cut it, I would cut it for a 12th psychic. But like you said, you don't need it. And if there's another card that is way better, then why wouldn't you play it? You know.
That's what I'm saying. Spirit.
Like, I'm sure you must have one more trainer in there that a lot of lists don't have. That is probably helping you a lot.
I think it's the Tomb. That's the card.
Or the Tomb. Yeah, there you go.
That's the card I have.
Yep. The Tomb. All right. Heads.
I'll go first. Dang, man.
Yep. One of the that is the best thing about Fusion Mew is you definitely do not mind going second. Going second is totally chill. Unless you miss the turn 1 knockout, then it feels really bad.
All right.
Take my Juan.
Good luck.
You as well. You start this. That's so funny, man. So scripted.
I'll draw for turn.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Sorry.
You're good.
Thought I was going first.
I'll put Artisan into play, and I'll use it. And let's see. I really want Mew from Celebrations if it's in the deck. That would be sick. Yeah. Oh, my camera died.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. It'd be doing that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you guys know the deal. Okay. I'll grab Mew from Celebrations with Artisan, and I'll put it on my bench.
Ooh, I can go grab my Ice Cube.
And then I'm going back in.
Yep.
Play Fog Crystal. And with Fog Crystal, I'll get Ralts and Benjit. Retreat Spiritomb into Mew and use Mysterious Tail. I'll get Battle VIP Pass, and I'll play Battle VIP Pass. Okay. I'm just going for the full Ralts. I could get Manaphy there.
I'm respecting the Penguin, guys.
No, I'm not. Also,
that's fair. That's
if
fair.
you do Penguin my Spiritomb turn 1, I have rod in hand, and we'll just rod it back and put it right back down.
That's fair. It's easy to get back.
Yeah.
You even play like a rescue carrier or something.
Yeah. So I'm not terribly worried about that.
Rescue carrier is a card that like I always have wanted to put in Gardevoir, but you just more important cards.
And I'll pass to you.
Yep. All right, I'll start with an Artisan. Just really hoping I didn't prize more than one fusion energy. Gotta be kidding me, man. Unless I missed it. Maybe I missed it. That's annoying. Let me think about this. Still make it work. Maybe. Oh, it's so bad, man. That's so bad. Because if I didn't prize 2, prizing 1's fine. If I prized just the 1, then I'd be chilling. Even if I didn't top deck this one, it'd be fine. Because then I could double turbo onto Ice Cube. Fusion. Yeah, that's so bad. Debating on even if I even want to get the Ice Cube now at this point. Because I'd only be sniping for 8. I mean, 80 is enough. But the thing is, like, you need to at least 1 onto a Genesect so you can draw. But now I'm forced to target the Spiritomb. So yeah, I think I have to. So off Artisan, I will get Ice Cube. And then I'll play Battle VIP Pass. And get 2 Genesects. I'll play Nestball. Get another Genesect. And then I'll Forest Seal Stone onto Genesect. And I'll use Star Alchemy. Yeah, I think I got to. Or I could go the conservative route. I could go the conservative route and just Elisa's onto one Genesect and then attach from hand into another, and then just go for the next turn attack. Because if I go double knockout, if I go Ice Cube knockout on Spiritomb and you just recycle and put it back, then I'm kind of just pretty much screwed.
Turbo bodied, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a 1-3 chance I draw one of my fusion energies off my prizes. I kind of think I'm just going to go for the aggressive option because I'm not going to win if I wait. So off Forest Seal Stone, I'll grab Elisa's, and then I'll play Elisa's. And put my 1 fusion energy onto Ice Cube. It's rough for sure, but it is what it is. Could still miss. You could still miss a turn to attack, and then Ice Cube lives, and I get to attack again.
That's true.
That'd be nice, but then I'll attach from hand onto Ice Cube. Bench Mew. Vacuum. Power Tablet. And then put Artisan in the Lost Zone. Retreat to Ice Cube. Should I even knock out the Spiritomb? Yeah, I think I will. I'll block Slider, knockout Spiritomb.
Okay, Jesse takes a prize. And I'll draw for turn. I'm going to play Super Rod to shuffle the Spiritomb back into my deck. And I'll play Iona.
Oh, yep.
Okay, I get 6, you get 5. And I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia and use I'll use Refinement to discard a Psychic and draw 2. I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia and use Refinement to discard a Psychic and draw 2. And then I'll Level Ball for Manaphy and Fog Crystal for Spiritomb.
He back. And he brought a friend.
Yes, he did. And I'll play Level Ball again to go get Kirlia. And I'll use Refinement to discard. Well, actually, I'll get Kirlia and put it into my hand. And then I'll use Mysterious Tail. Oh, yeah, you lose.
No.
And I'll use Rare Candy to evolve into Gardevoir EX.
It's not fair, I tell you. It's not fair.
And I'll Psychic Embrace. And then attach for turn and retreat. And I'll Psychic Embrace. And shuffle up. And then I'll Miracle Force for the knockout.
Yep. I will play a Sewing Heavy Ball. Yep. Cool. Stay. I will Ultra Ball for a Mew V Max and evolve it. Attach Cleansing Gloves. I'm just curious, okay? So I'm going to scoop this game because I can't draw any cards.
Yes.
But let's say, you know, in most cases I had the third Fusion Energy so I could draw with one Genesect,
Sure.
right? Because generally
Sure.
I would go for the knockout.
Sure.
And then, you know what I mean? Be able to use one Genesect.
Sure.
Let's just see what would have happened,
Sure.
right? So I lost Scoop.
Yep.
So I would use my one Genesect if I
draw
didn't prize
5.
both to draw 5. I'm just curious. I'm just
I
for
wanna
the
see
sake
too.
of testing purposes.
Hey, he's being a just curious Andy. I get it.
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, and you're not doing anything. All right.
Looks like I lose.
Yes. We'll run it again. Do
Okay,
it one more time.
sure.
One more time. Sure. Just
I
cause
would have needed at least a double turbo to be able to
for the haters who aren't believing yet.
I will go first this game. We could probably get through a best of 3 pretty quickly.
I'm fine with that. Let's do it. Let's do it. For all the haters out
Unless
there.
obviously if I lose this game, I'm done.
Well, yeah.
And I had like a really good opening hand too. Like other than the Fusion Energies being prized. I had a really good opening hand.
I'm telling you, the Spiritomb is silly. It's silly not to play the card. It's silly. It's that good versus a deck you're gonna see. Like,
but the fusion energy build beat it in the finals in Japan.
yeah, one in a best of one. Those happened one time. That one result was it best of 3. Yeah. That one result is it does not mean you simply do not play the tomb. That's not what that means.
Yeah, it means you cut it.
It means you have to play it.
That's why PCGI banned it. They realized it was a bad card, so they took it out of the game.
No, you have to play it, bro.
But in Japan,
play the tomb, dude. Gotta play the tomb. Broken card.
Listen, I would love it if people didn't play tomb. It'd be Mew year for sure.
I also just don't like Fusion Mew. Yeah, I wish I did. I don't. If I'm being honest with myself.
Maybe I'm on a hot streak with it or something, but I don't know. Lately, it's been feeling really broken to me. Like, I've been getting those opening hands have been happening like all the time.
YRG, this is casual play. I don't recommend shuffling deck side up at a tournament. This is casual play though, and I like to just keep my cards evenly worn. So I do it in casual play. I do it to just make sure that the cards are evenly worn back and forth, right? So that they don't ever like Pringle one way or the other, right?
Shuffle it the other way and backwards. Get a
there
nice
you go.
Even.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
With the bottom edges that don't usually get shuffled.
Yeah, it just makes the cards evenly worn, which is like something I do in casual play, but you don't do it in tournaments. You could do it between games in tournaments, like real early on if you want.
Yeah, if you did it as your first couple shuffles, and then all that matters
and then
is
flip
that
it
you're
over.
doing, like,
yeah.
If you're doing enough shuffles with the deck being hidden, which is why usually if I'm shuffling and like a card like falls out, I'm like, all right, that resets the counter.
Yeah.
Because now I have to like.
Yeah, just keep in mind if you're doing this, you're giving your opponent information which you never want to do at a tournament.
And I had to stop doing this. I had a really bad habit of going like this.
Oh yeah, you can't.
And
do that,
then it's like, oh well, Elisa Sparkle. I know what what.
Never do that.
Elisa Sparkle.
Never do that.
Yeah, I had to get in the habit of like you really need to like make an effort because like if your opponent can see your cards, you know they're probably not going to say anything. They're probably going to be like, oh okay.
Yeah. Oh for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, why would you? You know.
All right, you're going first.
Yeah. Let's see if it goes any better for me. I have a hunch not, but yep. Oh, this hand's broke. Yeah, prizing 1 fusion energy, realistic. That's fine. Prizing 2, bad. Very, very bad. At least going first, I'll have more of an opportunity to like get at least 2 Genesects loaded up with fusion energies. You really want to put the nail in the coffin, you can play a Giacomo in Gardevoir. Discard all their fusion energies.
Good luck.
You too. Oh, look
He's
at that.
so bad.
It's Spiritomb again. Would you look at that? Wow. This series is fettered in misfortune. Battle VIP pass. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to count my basic Vs and my fusion energies real quick. Got the Ice Cube, got the Meloetta. 1, 2, 3. All right, they're all in the deck. Let's go. I'm just going to check my basic Vs or my basic Pokemon because I have a Heavy Ball in my hand, so I want to see if I actually need to play it or not. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I have a Mew V in the prizes, so I can go get that with Heavy Ball. So off Battle VIP, I will get 2 Genesects. I'm gonna go back. Let's actually do this first. Cram. Well, that was a high flip. Heads. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think I'm just going to get an Elisa Sparkle for next turn. With Spiritomb front and center here. Is that the right thing to do? Yeah. I think I will. Just guarantee it. So I'll get the Elisa Sparkle. I might be going back in. I'm gonna play Heavy Ball. Get my Mew V. Attach Forest Seal Stone. Attach Fusion Energy. I think maybe just to draw the max amount of cards, I should just Forest Seal Stone for a Battle VIP pass. So I think I will use my Forest Seal Stone and get a VIP pass, play it, and go get Ice Cube and a Mew V. Okay, and then I'll use the Genesect with the Fusion Energy to draw 4. And just in case he Ionos, I'm going to put a Cleansing Gloves onto Mew V preemptively. And I'll pass to you.
Draw for turn. And we've got a real solid looking opening hand. Obviously, we started the Spiritomb, which is fantastic. Love that. But it's also got a single retreat cost, so I can easily pivot into Mew from Celebrations to dig further. I've also got 2 Curlia in this hand for next turn. And since Jesse, well, I guess you Cram-O-Matic for the Elisa Sparkle. But
yeah,
looking at that board, I know you're going to Elisa Sparkle next turn.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, yeah, that's fine. So, definitely like the look of this. I'll play Battle VIP Pass. And let's see what we got going on. We got Gardevoirs. Got all those. That's good. Got Mew from Celebrations, and I got Manaphy, and I got some Ralts. Great. So, how many Ralts are we talking? With Jesse's opening, looks like I may have prized 2 Ralts, which is a fun amount of Ralts to prize. That is. Now, Fusion Energy is, abilities. Okay, that's what that does, so that's fine. Cannot be affected by abilities. All right. So.
Well, at least you'll have room for your Manaphy and your Greninja.
That's facts. Yeah, Jesse's spitting right now for sure. All right. With Battle VIP Pass, I'll get Mew and Manaphy. Put those both down.
That's my thought with like the Ice Cube too. Like even if you had like 3 or more Ralts, like I've seen, at least in some of the games I've played early on, like people are getting their Manaphy out to try to counter that, but then that's just like eating up a bench spot. And then you're like, okay, like that Manaphy could have been like a Ralts or something. So it's like you're kind of like hurting them even though they're countering your Ice Cube.
I'll play Fog Crystal for a Ralts, and I'll put it on my bench. Then I'll play Fog Crystal for another Ralts. I'll just make sure I'm not tripping. I do not think I'm tripping, though. Now, I'd love a supporter card, but I don't have one, so that's fine. Playing the long game here. Okay. Bench both those. And then I'll retreat Spiritomb into Mew and use Mysterious Tail. Grab Level Ball. Is there anything else that I can get? I'll play Level Ball. With all those Ralts prized, we are looking at just getting a Kirlia. It's fine. Okay. And I think I've seen what one Psychic Energy is fine. I'll pass to you.
Okay. I will Elisa Sparkle onto these two Genesects.
Okay.
I'm going to go back in. Ultra Ball away Mew V in Fusion Strike Energy for Mew V Max.
Sure.
Attach Double Turbo, Evolve to Mew V Max, Genesect for 5. Cramomatic. I'm insane.
This game's over. Yeah. With the Lost City.
Lost City, baby.
Prize 2 Ralts.
But I can't target the Ralts, unfortunately.
Pack it up. Why not? Oh, because you only...
I had to use Elisa's, so I can't boss.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So, your Ralts are living.
True.
But I am going to grab me a switching card. That's what I need right now. And one of the best switching cards in the game is Escape Rope.
That's a good one.
Play the Escape Rope.
Okay. I'll send up Manaphy.
Okay. I will send up Mew V Max. I will then evolve. I don't think I'm gonna be wanting to. I should maybe leave myself the option of Psychic Leap. So I will play down Lost City, and then Genesect for 3. Okay. That's fine. Lost Vacuum.
I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I'm like thinking to myself, I guess it's probably better to send up the tomb here. Like, you already got 3 Genesects.
Feel free to change your option.
Nah, you're chilling, bro. Okay. You're chilling. This is what I chose.
That's true. Genesect for 2. And then I'll cross Fusion Strike to copy Icicle Missile for the knockout.
That's pretty sick. All right. I'll promote Mew. He goes to the Lost Zone.
That's the second attack on Ice Cube, in case you didn't know.
For 100, for 80.
For 80 damage.
Draw. I'll evolve into Kirlia and use Refinement to discard Kirlia and draw 2. And then I'll evolve into Kirlia again, and I'll bench Zacian V, attach a Psychic Energy to it, and play Iono. I get 6, and you get 5. Okay. I'll Refinement to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2. And Mysterious Tail. I'll get a Battle VIP pass. Yeah, I think I kind of needed to keep the Manaphy. I think I just lose here. The 2 Ralts prized is like undoable.
Yeah, it's rough for sure.
Yes, that's in my hand. And then I'll Ultra Ball 2 Battle VIP pass. And the Radiant Greninja is not here. Get Cresselia. Yeah, should have sent the Tomb. And kept the Manaphy. It's all good. And I'll pass to you.
Attach double turbo to Mew V. Attach choice belts. Genesect for 2. I don't think I need to do anything else. Cross Fusion Strike Block Slider to do 100 damage to Curlia and Lost
Yep,
Zone.
it's in the Lost Zone. Okay. And I'll draw. That's not good.
Only one Gardevoir line to work with this game.
Yep.
Only.
I'll work her. Discard your Velocity and draw 3. I'll Refinement. I'll Scoop.
Yeah, that's fair.
Game 3, I'll
Game
go
3.
first. Yep.
All right, game 3. I'm not going to prize my Fusion Energies. You're not going to prize your Ralts.
Yeah.
Your Greninja.
This, I mean, that's...
See, guys, Spiritomb is not good. I'm just kidding.
Listen, Gardy ain't winning many games with
kidding.
that, bro.
No.
2 Ralts and Radiant Greninja.
And, man, I was flipping heads on the crams.
Brother.
I was drawing the heat for sure.
Yeah, brother. This was brutal.
Bad
prize
variance.
cards.
Bad variance.
Brutal prize cards.
Spiritomb haters are eating good right now until game 3, and then they're going to realize that they're gravely mistaken.
Well, that was like the... Yeah, that was sick. I mean, you had turn 2. You were like, all right, I got 3 fusions on 3 Genesects. Let's party.
I just crammed heads for Elisa's, just kept it in my hand,
Yeah.
and then 4 Seal Stoned. It's like crazy. Yeah, that's going first helps a lot against the Spiritomb though. Even starting it, like, I mean, well, for starters, going first, usually they're not going to have it, so you at least get to like draw through your deck a little bit. Maybe preemptively put a Fusion Energy onto so if the Mew player draws the right cards in the right orders, it can definitely, this version of the deck can definitely play around the Spiritomb a little bit.
But the thing is,
like,
I just think it's
like, no, it doesn't. And why wouldn't you give yourself like that
extra
card that would just stop them in their tracks completely?
Exactly.
Especially against a matchup that I think without the Spiritomb is actually like slightly unfavored for Gardevoir.
I agree.
I even thought that before. I thought
Yeah.
Mew was like one of the best decks against Gardevoir because
I agree.
the hand disruption is just really, really good.
Which is
Against
why
a
you should play the
setup deck-
Tomb.
yeah, against a setup deck, the hand disruption is really good. And for the DTE version, which is the version that I played a lot, but this version, you do have some hand disruption, but you're mostly, you trade that off for taking a turn 1 knockout, and that's going to slow them down as well, being able to, so.
It's like you might as it's a 1-card investment.
You really got your pick of the litter when it comes to Mew counters right now.
You really do.
You
That's
can
for sure.
You can play Spiritomb. You can play Drapion. Drapion's still really good. I think if you're playing Lost Zone, Drapion makes a lot of sense because it's also like potentially an attacker against Gardevoir, which I think is pretty good. It's pretty heavy energy commitment, but
All right, I'll go first.
yep.
Good luck.
You too.
And I'll draw. Okay. Got a fine starting hand. I'll play Fog Crystal.
Average.
And let's see what we're getting into here. Spiritomb's in the deck. That's cool. Radiant Greninja's in the deck. Very nice. Mew and Manaphy are also both in here. So, I'm going for Mew. And then I'm going back in. Bench Mew, and I'll play Level Ball. And with Level Ball, I am just going to get a Ralts and bench it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Mew's Mysterious Tail and draw into Battle VIP Pass, just like all good Mew players do.
I mean, you
Or
can
all good Gardy
Ultra
players do.
Ball, Battle VIP Pass, or Vol Crystal,
Right,
or Level Ball
for sure.
are all outs to your Spiritomb.
Yep.
So if you miss it, then
Oh, well.
it's just a skill diff.
My mic sounds odd. Does my mic sound odd? Is my audio off to anybody? It sounds like my mic is off altogether. That's strange.
What?
No. Sounds like I'm in a dome.
In a dome?
A little coffee canny. All right, hold on. See if I can.
Hopefully that hasn't
Check
been going on
one,
for too
check
long.
two, check one, check two.
Sounds good to me, everybody says. Sounds like you're in Ohio.
Huh. Check one, check two.
That's better.
Okay.
There it is. You're fine. Sounds good.
Okay. I restarted the audio thing, so maybe that helps. Sweet. All right. Game on. Game on. All right. Game on, gamers. I will attach Psychic to Ralts and retreat into Mew, and I'll use Mysterious Tail.
Hey. Oh,
That's the one I wanted.
so sick.
Battle VIP Pass. And with Battle VIP Pass, I'll get Ralts and Spiritomb. Is the audio good now? Is it fixed now? People are still talking about it, but I'm not going to move on unless it's fixed. So let me know.
Seems like everybody says yeah.
I don't know. People are still talking about it. Okay, great. Good. All right, and with that, I'll pass to you.
I'll bench Genesect. I'll bench Genesect. I'll bench Genesect. For some reason, those were all in my hand. I think to draw the max number of cards, I should just Ultra Ball the Nest Ball and the Boss. Because I need this one Genesect to draw into something that gets me my Elises.
You won't be able to attack if you attach to the Genesect.
Yes.
But you need to
yeah.
release this to the other Genesect.
Yeah, just so I can, play the game.
Yeah.
Ultra Ball. For a MUV. Let me take a little peek at my fusion energy situation. All right, they're all on the deck. That's all I care about. I don't need to look at anything else. The other cards are irrelevant. Not really. I'm just lazy. Yeah, that's the annoying thing about when you go second against Spiritomb, is it makes it so you can't attack. I mean, you can, but you have to have the Elisas.
You got to have a flawless opening.
Yeah, you have to have the Elisas. It's weird, right? It's like
yeah.
So I'll attach Fusion Energy to Genesect V, and then use Fusion Strike System for 5.
Well,
I mean,
it's fine.
If I wasn't attacking turn 1 anyways, it's like whatever. It's
yeah.
like next turn I can attach this other one and draw some more.
Yep.
So yeah, but it removes my turn 1 attacking option, so that's pretty good. Just make sure there isn't anything else I want to do. I don't think so. Yeah, so I will pass to you.
Draw. And let's go Worker to draw 3. And I'll evolve Ralts into Curlia and use Refinement to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2. Then I'll evolve Ralts into Curlia and use Refinement to discard another Psychic and draw 2. Then I'll use Mysterious Tail. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And I'll get an Ultra Ball.
Ruh-roh. Turn 2 Candy.
Oh, yeah, baby. And I'll put Artisan into play and use it to go get another Ralts.
I was just making sure that I couldn't get a Greninja.
No, it cannot. And then I'm going to Ultra Ball, Psychic Energy, and Manaphy to go get Gardevoir EX and put it into my hand. And I'll Rare Candy to evolve my Ralts into Gardevoir EX. Psychic Embrace, 1 energy to Mew, and 2 energies to Gardevoir EX. Attach to Gardevoir EX and retreat. And I'll Miracle Force for 190 damage and take 2 prize cards.
Okay. Promote Genesect. I think. I did want to. I was thinking I was going to play a switch card, but actually, let me think. If I Ultra Bow away.
Yeah, watch your mic a little bit, Jesse.
Oh, sorry.
Pull it up on your closer to your. Yep. There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. I'll promote Mew. Draw. I'll use Artisan to get an Ice Cube. And then I'll Ultra Ball away Switch Cart and Battle VIP Pass for yeah, I'll get a Mew V off the Ultra Ball. So I think I'll hold this fusion energy in my hand because if I draw a Elisa's or a way to get Elisa's, then I'll want to actually attach a double turbo onto my active VMAX. But if I don't draw anything good and I need to use another Genesect, so yeah, I basically just really need to hit an Elisa's here, or one of my 3 Forest Seal Stones. So I'm hoping I get one of those. Would be nice. I'll play Power Tablet, evolve to Mew VMAX, and then Fusion Strike System for 5 cards. Alrighty, Cramomatic Nest Ball. Whee! I'm insane. Yeah, I think I just get the Elisa's here. I'll take the Elisa's Sparkle, and then I'll play it, and I will target... I have the other Fusion Energy in my hand, so I think I will... If I had the double turbo, then I would just target both of these. But I think I will target Mew, and then another Genesect. And you've got 270, so if I hit 2 more damage mods, I can one-shot your Gardevoir, which would be sick. And I do have the cleansing gloves in here, so I could... There's a decent chance I can hit it, actually, especially since I have my 4 Seal Stone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is where the non-minus-20 damage comes into play. Doesn't happen too often, but... And I'll attach for turn onto Mew VMAX. And I don't have anything else I can play out of my hand, so I'll Fusion Strike System to draw 3.
So close.
Nope, missed it. That's okay. We'll go for a snipe this turn. Do I want to do that? Yeah, because I could still hit the one shot next turn if I need to. Would have really at least liked to hit a Lost City. Now I'm debating on whether I want to play down this Path to the Peak. How many energies you got in there?
2.
Okay, so you need 9 to one-shot me. You already play a Stadium. Is Worker in there? It is. So I think I actually will play it. I mean, the thing is, he can still just hit me with the Gardevoir, which is kind of annoying. But you have to really debate whether you want to play Path, because it's the only path in the deck, and I might want to save it for a Path Iono play. But I think I am just going to slam it here. I'll play Path down. And then I'll use Cross Fusion Strike Block Slider. Is that correct? I don't know, man. Yeah, I really want to one-shot the Gardevoir. I don't want to two-shot it. Yeah. Cross Fusion Strike, Block Slider, and I'll just knock out one of the Curlias.
Okay. Curlia goes down. Jesse takes a prize, and I'll draw. Okay. That's fine.
Wait a second.
What's up?
I could have knocked you out.
2? You're
Because
right.
I had another power tablet in my hand. Why did I think I needed 3 modifiers?
I don't know. Yeah, you were tripping,
Let's
bro.
go back.
All right, let's go
I'm gonna
back.
flip this back. It was
That's
double
fine.
turbo.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro?
I don't know. What else did I... Oh, yeah, that. I could still play that down, honestly. I think I might. But this is where it was at before when I was pondering.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. Yeah, you're doing
All right.
270.
I actually do have the knockout, so
Yep.
because I can't do math. I'm not used to DTMU player here, obviously.
Yep.
I'll play another power tablet. I'll play Path to the Peak. And then I will use Cross Fusion Strike to copy Technoblast for 270 damage for the knockout.
That is pretty good.
Okay. Sorry.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Not used to that.
Promote Mew, and I'll draw. Okay. Let's go Super Rod, and I'm going to put back in those 2 and Manaphy. And you Technoblasted.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, we forgot to put Artisan back in play when I did the Path of
I
the
don't care,
Peak.
it's
I
fine,
don't know
yeah.
how much you're committed to making this into a video, but
All Iono. Yes.
not my finest game in terms of clean play. Not every game's gonna be clean, okay?
No, it's fine. We got it figured out. And we preserved the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
No Curly Evolve. I haven't. Let's see. Yeah, I'll Curly Evolve. That's fine. And then Iono. Yep. Okay. I get 4 and you get 4.
Yeah, but I drew mine already.
My rod's there. Yep. Okay. Refinement to discard Cresselia.
Sorry.
And
Just laughing at a comment. Just that we love handing out penalties.
Yeah,
in
for
this
sure.
chat. That just cracked me up. I don't know why.
And I'll draw 2. And then I'll play Palpad. And I gotta put that worker back into the deck, bro. Palpad worker and Iono back in.
Uh-huh. Oh man, that'd be so sick if you can't remove the stadium. I'd be very happy.
Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna remove the stadium because I can't. Oh, I guess I could evolve one of these Curly into a Gardevoir.
Oh, do you not have a...
I should have one more stadium left in the deck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you still have another
I
stadium.
collapsed, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting to attack this turn, if I'm being honest.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then I'll level ball.
Can you imagine a Giacomo here? I would be dead in the water.
Be so sick.
Discard, discard, discard.
I'll get Manaphy and bench it. And then I'll use Refinement to discard Radiant Greninja and draw 2. And then I'll use Refinement to discard Level Ball and draw 2. And then I'll use Mysterious Tail to get Ultra Ball. Okay. And I'll attach a Psychic Energy to Curlia and pass it to you.
Play Palpad to put one boss back into the deck. I need to reset my attacker, get a new one, so I do unfortunately have to remove this path. I'll use Lost City.
Lost Vacuum.
Or
It's cool, bro. You're chilling.
I'll use Lost Vacuum to Lost Zone VIP pass my hand and this Path to the Peak. I'll attach Forest Seal Stone to Genesect V, and then I'll use Fusion Strike System to draw 5. Ultra Ball away, Forest Seal Stone, and Battle VIP Pass for Mew VMAX. Cards in hand?
I've got 5.
Yeah. Okay. Attach Double Turbo to Mew VMAX. Boss up Curlia with the energy. And then Genesect to draw 5. Then I'll retreat into the Mew V with the double turbo. And I'll cross Fusion Strike, copying Icicle Missile.
Okay. It goes down. Icicle Missile. What a flex.
I could use Block Slider, Icicle Missile, or Max Miracle, but Icicle Missile is the coolest attack.
I'll promote Mew and draw. And I don't need to worker this turn, so that's great. And your path is gone now. That's great. I'll Refinement to discard worker and draw 2. And then I will Refinement to discard Lumineon V and draw 2. Great. And I'll bench Ralts, Ultra Ball, Psychic, and Iono for Gardevoir EX. You have not used your V-Star.
Correct.
Cool.
Feels like I have with all the cram heads I've been
I know,
flipping.
right? And then I'll use Mysterious Tail. And get Fog Crystal. And I'll evolve Kirlia into Gardevoir EX, attach an energy, and use Boss's Orders on Genesect with a Fusion Strike energy.
Yep.
And then I'll Psychic Embrace there and Psychic Embrace here. What's my boss situation now? Only one's fine. And I'll retreat into Gardevoir. And I'll Miracle Force for the knockout.
I was hoping you wouldn't knock out a Fusion energy, because then I was hoping what I was hoping you did was just knock out the Mew VMAX.
Nar.
And then I was gonna Iono bench Meloetta, and then I could like do 280 with the guy.
Nar. Yeah.
He said no.
No.
No. All right. I'll promote Mew VMAX. How many cards in hand?
I've got 5. Did I not shuffle? I'll do another shuffle, whatever.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't shuffle after Muse. All right, cool.
Oh, whoops.
I didn't draw any cards, though, so I just forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, chat.
Okay, draw for turn. It's another Forest Sealstone. Okay, so I need to hit 2 modifiers. So let's start with a Cram Away Escape Rope. Due for a Tails.
Broken deck.
Which means if you expect a Tails, you're never disappointed. Okay, I'm just going to grab a Cleansing Gloves here. And let me make sure I'm not going back. I'm not. Okay, Cleansing Gloves, Choice Belt, Forest Seal Stone. I haven't attached yet. Attach Double Turbo to Genesect V, and then I'll play Iono.
Okay.
I just need 1 damage modifier. There's 2 power tablets in the deck. 1, 2, 3. Play down Lost City, and then Lost Vacuum away. Forest Seal Stone. Oh, I can guarantee it anyway. So Forest Sealstone and Judge, and then I'll use the Genesect with the Fusion Energy to draw 5. Ultra Ball for Meloetta, so that way I can copy that attack if I need to. Then I'll play Power Tablet, and I'll use Cross Fusion Strike to copy Melodious Echo for 270 damage.
All right, Gardevoir goes down into the Lost Zone. And I will promote really weird. If I do that, I have to find an energy. I know there's one in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's plenty in the deck. Okay, I'll promote Mew and draw. See? I'll use Curlia's Refinement to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. And I'll evolve Ralts into I'll evolve Ralts into Curlia, and I don't know, the 2 doesn't do squats. This is fine. I'll evolve Ralts into Curlia and use Refinement to discard Iono and draw 2. And there we go. I'll evolve into Gardevoir EX and attach an energy here. Retreat.
Oh.
And boss up Genesect.
Ooh.
And then
I can't believe you went 2/2/2.
Boom, baby. Miracle Force for game. GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Wow. Man, thought I had that one.
No shot, brother.
That's close, though, honestly. Like, I could see an argument both sides. I could see an argument for people who don't like Spiritomb. But, I honestly, I'm a little on the fence. But obviously, the thing that I think ways for Spiritomb for like it being good is I feel like I kind of drew pretty hot like in most of those games. But I mean, this with 3 Forest Sealstone, it's like I don't know. It's I didn't even have to use it that game.
Here's the deal: is that
Here's my Forest Sealstone.
Is that imagine the matchup without Spiritomb?
Yeah.
Yep.
It stifled my draw. Oh, what do I have? Do I have your cards?
Oh no. Yeah. Without Spiritomb, it can get like real dicey real fast. Yeah. I'm telling you, the Spiritomb is like the last line of defense. You just want it, man. You want it. You want that option. It doesn't even have to be a turn 1 thing. It can be like a turn 3 thing. Like just whenever you can go Iono, Tomb, Knockout, and that's just a play you don't have if you're not running it, right? Whereas Mew is just such an aggressive deck, and it is one of the decks that in my mind has the best Gardy matchup. Yeah. And the reason I'm playing the Tombs is because I respect Mew, because I think it's that good.
I mean, you need Mew and Manaphy on your bench, which is crazy that the deck can still operate at that level, even with like basically you being under a parallel city.
Yeah,
like having 3 bench spots to play with doesn't feel great. But I mean, it's all you really need.
It's chilling.
And and
all your Gardy EXs are taking like 1-hit KOs on Pokemon V.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not like a conventional way that Gardevoir will win, but I mean, it's an option, the turn 2 rare candy. And
I can't believe you went 2-4-6.
Yeah, that's so stupid. But I
wasn't planning on it. To be fair, I think I did have it. Zacian V knock out the active. I think I did have that, but I would have had to Mew. So like I had Ultra Ball in my hand for. Yeah, actually, I had it regardless because I had Ultra Ball in my hand and I used Refinement and I drew into the Gardy EX. So then I could Ultra Ball for the Zacian V. And, actually, I would have needed to Mew into a Fall Crystal to get the last energy. But that would have been it. To do 9 to the active.
Right.
Yeah. So I had an option to do that too.
So something I'm trying to figure out right now with Mew is if I need Oricorio or not, because there's a lot of Japanese lists that are playing it. And I don't just want to play it just to play it. Like, I want to know what it's for. And that is a situation where it would have helped because he wouldn't be able to. You can't turn 2 knock out any of my Pokemon. You'd be 10 damage short.
It's true.
So that is something. But I just feel like a lot of times Oricorio is for those like niche situations that don't happen a lot. And it's obviously like insane against Arceus, but how relevant is Arceus right now? I don't think it's like super relevant, at least at this moment in time. And even then, I think Mew does pretty well against Arceus decks in general already. So yeah, I don't see a reason for Oricorio. Like, I'm trying to figure out if it needs to be in the deck, but I really just like the one Ice Cube, the one Meloetta feels really good as like your 2-1 prize guys and Fusion Mew. And honestly, Fusion Mew has never felt better. I am kind of the same as Andrew. I've kind of like prefer the DT Mew. It just feels a lot more consistent. But I mean, with 3-4 Sealstone, I think that like unlocked the deck a lot. And yeah, and now I think the main selling point is like if your opponent's playing Spiritomb, you don't just instantly lose.
Yes.
So that's like
that's
a
to
bad
me the
thing.
selling point.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the selling point. And it kind of makes me feel like you kind of have to play. But if no one's like if you find if there's a regional where like no one's playing Spiritomb in their deck, then DTMU could strike for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But other than that, I think Fusion Mew is the way to go. And you kind of saw both sides. Like Fusion Mew can definitely operate against Spiritomb. It's just if you don't like if I hit one less cram in that game, like especially early on, like I would have been in a pretty bad spot. So
that's the thing is it's a 1-card investment that can just like you could just put it down and your opponent loses.
Yep.
Just straight up. They could just be like, well,
you can't make a card that's more low maintenance. Basic non-rule box Pokemon that can even like pick itself up.
It can even move itself, which is so sick. Like I had that game in the first set where I like had Luminion and I started it and I was like, well, I want a Luminion, so bop. Okay.
10 damage can be relevant.
Yeah,
because that's one less energy you need on your baby Gardevoir to one-shot Mew VMAX. So
yeah.
That unit 300. The difference between 300 and 310 is actually relevant. So yeah, lots of little things that you got to figure out. But yeah, that was very helpful for me in testing for NAIC. Like honestly, like I really wanted to play that matchup, and now I definitely want to play it more. But I want to figure, it definitely got me thinking for sure.
For sure. Well,
is there any other matchups you want to do, or are you feeling like you're out of it?
I could do, if you're down to do another, I could do another.
I could do like a one-off.
I do a one-off. Like yeah, just real quick. Let's do one game. I could do like
an Arctina game or something.
Yeah.
Because I know you've been playing Gardevoir the whole time. Do you want to try a different deck?
I'm doing the Tina. No, I'm doing Tina. Lost Zone Tina, bro.
That matchup's so
yeah, we'll
bad
pick
for
whatever
me.
deck you want.
Okay.
You could even do Lugia again. I don't care. You could do Gardy. You could do Chien-Pao. You want to do Chien-Pao?
I do Arctina, whatever. I think this matchup's horrible for Arctina, but I'll do it anyways.
You could play Gardy if you want.
No, let's just call it.
Yeah, I think I'm good. We'll save some stuff for Sunday.
Yeah, we don't want to eat up all the. There's gonna be plenty.
And I got videos to edit, so I really gotta go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But it's been a good stream. Thank you guys all so much. I'll be back tomorrow with some more tabletop content, and I'm gonna be doing like retro and GLC tomorrow, and then of course Sunday we've got our all-day marathon stream for Pride Month, which I am very thrilled about.
When does that start?
It's going to start early, like 10 a.m. or so.
How long is the stream?
It's going to be about 12 hours.
Wow.
I'm trying to go 10 to 10. That's like my idea. So I want it to just be an all-day thing. But
I'll probably be here then for that.
That'd be sick. Yeah. I'm going to start like a Google Doc for all the people that I'm interested in having feature, and then like have people sign up for time slots and like talk about what format they want to play and stuff like that. So that
sounds so cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Sick, excellent. So yeah, we'll save some stuff for Sunday. Then we don't want to and plus I have already got stuff I need to edit anyway, so kind of behind on that. But thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for all the amazing donations today. We're creeping ever closer to $3,000 raised straight through Twitch here, and then of course we do have a couple $1,000 raised already through the Tricky Gym merch store. So we're sitting at pretty close to $5,000 raised so far.
Oh, that's not including the merch store.
It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, we're sitting pretty close to $5,000.
There,
we are like halfway there, yes. So very, very excited about that. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more tabletop content. Make sure to check out fullgripgames.com to support all of the streams that I produce here on Tricky Gym. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again, Jesse, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me again.
It was a ton of fun.
Always fun.
We out of here.
Bye.